deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. It's a rainy Friday morning, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. This is your favorite online radio station. Remember that you're streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio. Unfortunately, due to some technical hitches. Oh, all right. Producer said we are streaming live on Facebook today. Right. So we are back on Facebook now. So we are streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, and also on X at GhanaTalks Radio. Do want to log on, send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the morning show. This is the news review, and right here we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on the issues that matter to you every morning right here on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. My name is Ruth Esinam Fiagbedu, and this morning I'll be serving you breakfast with Miss Deborah Adoso and Miss Regina Bless. It's raining this morning. We just hope that you are safe wherever you are, and if it's flooding at your end, please stay safe. Miss Debbie, how are you doing?
The grace is sufficient.
Hope all is well.
Yeah.
The rain didn't disturb you.
I didn't even realize it rained. I woke up this morning.
But it's still drizzling outside.
Yeah, it's drizzling outside.
Okay, so that means that whilst it was raining, you were still sleeping.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear anything? Hey, alright, it didn't really rain that heavily. I think it was just drizzle and stop.
Oh,
I think that's that. And my mom was saying that this is the kind of rain that makes you hungry, because you see that it's raining like that, you'll be feeling reluctant to go out and go and buy foodstuffs. And it's also that kind of rain that you think, oh, fall. So, yeah, so June rain there, that's how it's going to be. July.
Like, because we are short.
One share a comment though. We have Miss Regina joining us. Good morning, Miss Regina.
Morning.
It's good to have you. Right, let's delve into our news items for this morning. Oferata cannot be tried in absentia until service process is completed. The Office of the Special Prosecutor has clarified that former Finance Minister Ken Oferata cannot yet be tried in absentia, as the legal requirements for such a trial have not been met. According to the OSP's Director of Strategy, Research and Communication, Samet Dako, discussions about trying Mr. Ken Oferata in his absence are premature since the formal service of court document has not been completed. What is the OSP saying? The OSP explained that under Article 19, Clause 3 of Ghana's Constitution, a person can only be tried in absentia after charges has been filed. The accused person has been properly served with the court documents. Proof of service has been verified. The accused person fails or refuses to appear before the court despite duly notified. Mr. Dako stressed that duly notified here means following the legally prescribed service procedures and not informal methods of communication. According to him, a social media post is not a valid service. A phone call is not a valid service. Informing a person's lawyer alone is not sufficient service. The OSP says that although charges have been filed against Mr. Ken Oferata, an approval has been obtained to serve the documents in the United States. Proof that the documents have been officially served has not been returned through the required legal channels. As a result, the constitutional conditions necessary for a trial in absentia have not yet been satisfied. The OSP further explained that even after proof of service is received, the courts must still provide Mr. Ofori-Atta with a reasonable opportunity to appear before considering any further legal action. Mr. Dako also noted that aspects of the case are affected by a pending matter before the Supreme Court of Ghana concerning the prosecutorial powers of the OSP, which could have implication for the ongoing proceedings. For now, the OSP maintains that the focus remains on completing the legal service process before any question of a trial in absentia can arise. So these are the comments from the OSP's strategy and research officer, Mr. Sami Dako. This is what he said as to why Ken Ofori-Atta cannot be tried in absentia. Mr. B, do you buy into what he said, or you think, Kaneke, we should just proceed?
I don't really how will I say it? I don't really buy into the idea of what the OSP is saying, but then I feel like the law is the law, because so let's look at this. Trying Ken Ofori-Atta in absentia is impossible right now because Ghanaian law says strict condition for it, and those have not been met yet. So one has to do with arrest and formal charges. Under the Ghanaian law, trial in absentia can only happen after the accused has been arrested, formally charged, and appear in court at least once, or say the person have absconded, like that of Sedina Tamaklo. Sedina Tamaklo, in a way, has been charged, and after that he absconded from the country. We didn't get to see her again. So for her, she was tried in absentia. But for Ken Ofori-Atta, immediately after their office ended in 2024, then he left the country. So he didn't even appear in court for us to say maybe he was being tried in court or in a way he was being arrested. And so trying him in absentia, it will be kind of very difficult. And then the second one has to be with he has been summoned. So that is, he's been summoned, declared wanted, and put on Interpol red notice, but he has not been arrested or arraigned before the Ghanaian court. Like what I said, he has only been declared as a fugitive by the OSP, declared wanted, but there were no instances where Ken Ofori-Atta came into the country, or maybe we arrested him right when he landed at the airport. So it will be kind of difficult. And also trial in absentia typically applies only if the accused voluntarily waives right to be present, flees after trial has begun, and for minor offences. For serious corruption charges, the court requires service of process plus initial court appearance. So in a way, what Kisi Ejabin is saying is that if you look at the law says to try somebody in absentia automatically means that we have to arrest the person first. The person has to be in court. If maybe we've arrested this man before, and then maybe after that he has been granted bail, and he flown out of the country without the notice of the court, without the country not knowing that he has run away from it or absconded from the country, then we can try him in absentia. But now that he has not been arrested, the OSP only declared him fugitive and also wanted. But if you look at some parts of the law, it also states that Ofori-Atta can still be tried in absentia, and that is the main reason why some legal practitioners are calling for him to be tried in absentia. So I think when it comes to the law, there are both sides, and both sides also have reasons backing it why Ofori-Atta cannot be tried in absentia, and reasons backing it why he can also be tried in absentia. But as it stands now, it is the same OSP that brought this issue on board, and now the OSP is saying that Ofori-Atta cannot be tried in absentia. Mind you, as I said, the OSP brought this issue on board, so he is the lead, let me say the lead convener of this whole thing. That's the whole thing about Ken Ofori-Atta. So if he is the one saying that, then what is he trying to communicate to us? Automatically, he's trying to tell us that Ken Ofori-Atta can never be tried, unless maybe Attorney General gets there, communicates with the law enforcers there, or the lawyers there, or the judiciary, or the head of the court, and they'll find a possible means where Oforiatta can land here in Ghana. The only thing we are looking for is Oforiatta to come here. If Oforiatta lands in Ghana, the possibility of him being tried is very, very possible. It's 99% assured. But now that Oforiatta is not in the country, it's as if we are just wasting our time, because a group of people are saying this. OSP, who is a lead convener of this issue, is also saying something different from what other people are saying.
Who are the other people?
The other people are other legal practitioners. Because I came across a video where a legal practitioner said Oforiatta can be tried in absentia. I'm coming. Let me look for this for you.
Yeah.
Just a minute.
I also heard from Martin Pebo. He also said that
he can be tried in absentia, but OSP no meaning no.
Well, according to the research I also did, it's only in civil cases that someone can be tried in absentia. Oh, my bad. I'm trying to find it here. It's not here. It's only in legal issues that someone can be tried.
Yeah, so when you look at the
civil cases that someone... So they say that it is possible in some jurisdiction, but it depends on the country's criminal procedural laws and the stage of the proceedings. If the accused person has already appeared in court and their plea has been taken, the court may, under certain legal frameworks, continue the trial in the accused person's absence if later deliberately failed to attend. This is generally not considered in a trial initiated entirely in absentia, because the accused was informed of the charges and participated at the start of the proceedings. But as it stands now, Ken Oforiatta has not even started, and they've not even taken his plea. So how then do we still proceed to try?
We can proceed. If you look at Article 19, Clause 3 of the 1992 Constitution, it states that it allows trial to proceed if an accused person is duly notified but refuses to appear. And if you look at Ken Oforiatta, he was notified that this is what is going on. You've been, how will I even say it? There have been allegations that you are involved in so and so corruption and corruption related cases. So you are aware. These are charges. No one has proven you guilty. What we need you to do is, we need your presence in the country here to answer the question. So that is what is clearly stated in Article 19, Clause 3. If the accused person is duly notified but refuses to appear, so Ken Oforiatta is aware that he's needed here, but he has refused to come.
Reading from Sami Dako, he said that what we are seeing is just a social media, something they've put out there, but officially or formally he hasn't been notified. That's what he said.
No.
Reading the statement.
No, because when this whole issue started, didn't you see where a formal letter was being sent to Oforiatta? Or you didn't see that?
So this is what Mr. Daku is saying. He stressed that duly notified means following the legally prescribed service procedures and not informal methods of communication. According to him, a social media post is not valid service. A phone call is not valid service. Informing a person's lawyer alone is still not sufficient for the service. So the OSP says that although charges has been filed against Mr. Oforiatta and approval has been obtained to serve documents in the United States, proof that the document has been officially served has not yet been returned through the required legal channels. So this is what Mr. Samidako is saying.
Well, I don't get what he's saying, but what I know is that Article 19 Clause 3 is saying that so long as the person is being notified, you can be tried in absentia. And the likes of Kwesi Pratt, the likes of Martin Pebo, as you said, so long as the person is aware that you are needed, you need to arrive in the country. So if you're not coming, then I don't know what is your problem. But you can be tried in absentia. If the OSP is saying that Oforiatta cannot be tried in absentia, I mean, the ball is in his court. Whatever he will do, he should continue and do it, because you see a person in the president who says he should be there. So for me, whatever he wants to do, the ball is in his court.
Right. Miss Regina.
So the law is the law, and we need to follow suit when it comes to the law. According to what the OSP is saying, it is only charges that has been charged against Ken Ofori-Atta, but he has not been legally and officially served with the documents. And before you serve someone with the documents, especially since he's not in Ghana, it has to go through the authorities of the country where he is. And as is stated, they need to make sure that it is given to him, and when it is given to him, it has to show proof of service, that is the evidence, who received the documents, when they were received, and how they were delivered. So before you can charge him in absentia, you need to make sure that all these requirements were met. Without these requirements being met, you can't charge him in absentia. Simple as ABC.
Right, let's proceed to our next news item. Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire agreed to harmonize cocoa producer prices. Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire have agreed to harmonize cocoa producer price and policies as part of efforts to improve farmers' incomes, reduce market distortions, and strengthen cooperation between the world's two largest cocoa producing countries. The announcement was made by Ghana's Finance Minister Kessel Atuforsen following the 7th Steering Committee meeting of the Cote d'Ivoire Ghana Cocoa Initiative held in Abidjan. Under the agreement, both countries will work towards harmonizing farm gate cocoa prices, increase cooperation and information sharing between cocoa trading institutions, harmonize cocoa crop calendars, align the principles used to determine cocoa producer prices, establish a technical task force to regularly review producer prices, and develop a coordinated pricing framework. Beginning with the 2026-2027 cocoa season, both countries will officially adopt a common cocoa calendar running from September 1 to August 31. Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire together produce more than half of the world's cocoa and play a major role in determining global cocoa supply. In recent years, differences in producer prices between the two countries have been blamed for cross-border cocoa smuggling, market distortion, unequal earnings for farmers, difficulties in coordinating cocoa sector policies. By aligning their pricing systems, both countries hope to reduce these challenges while ensuring farmers receive fairer and more predictable incomes. The agreement is expected to improve earnings for cocoa farmers, reduce incentive for cocoa smuggling across borders, strengthen bargaining power in the global cocoa market, promote greater stability in cocoa pricing, support sustainable cocoa production, and enhance regional cooperation between the two countries. The meeting was co-chaired by Dr. Forsen and Bruno Konu, as part of ongoing effort to strengthen the competitiveness and sustainability of the cocoa sector. So this is sort of a collaboration between Cote d'Ivoire and cocoa, whereas its aims or its objective is to harmonize cocoa producer prices and also avoid smuggling into other countries. Ms. Regina, are we going to see some sort of improvement when it comes to Ghanaians smuggling their cocoa to Cote d'Ivoire and Cote d'Ivoire also smuggling their cocoa to Ghana?
So I think it's a good thing. I would say it's long overdue, because looking at Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana, I would say we are more like brothers and sisters. But when it comes to these cocoa issues, it sets us apart. There's no way, if I'm a cocoa farmer, I know that the government is buying the cocoa for me at, let's say, a bag of 3,500. But when you go to Cote d'Ivoire, the bag is sold at 4,500. This is where some people illegally buy the cocoa bags here in Ghana and smuggle it illegally into Cote d'Ivoire to sell it and gain more profit, and it is understandable. So if they come together to not necessarily how would I put it, sell at the same price, but if prices no and then they kakra, it's slightly different, it wouldn't give the opportunity to these people to go out there and sell it, because at the end of the day, when you check the difference, it's just something little. So I think it's very important, as it would put an end to smuggling of cocoa, and also at the end of the day, looking at one goal, we would collaborate to sell the cocoa. And also it says that they would be able to share market information, exchange data, and coordinate their decisions. And I think it's a good thing.
It's a good thing, right, Mr. P?
Yes, so Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana are the two leading countries when it comes to
Cocoa production.
producing of cocoa. And so I feel like collaboration is being stated in there that it will promote regional cooperation between these two countries. And I feel like when we cooperate with these two people, we are going to forge for same ideas, move towards the same direction, and then do things the same. When it happens like that, I feel it's going to stabilize the way cocoa farmers see the Cote d'Ivoire when it comes to cocoa, buying of cocoa, or the incentives cocoa farmers in Cote d'Ivoire enjoy. And then Cote d'Ivoire farmers will also will how do I even put it? They will also there will be no difference in how they also see Ghana, and that is because some time back when cocoa price was being decreased here in Ghana, I think their prices was higher, and so we had issues with smuggling of cocoa to Cote d'Ivoire. And then recently, when President Mahama also increased the price of cocoa farmers here, which the MPP said is not enough because what he promised wasn't what he said he would be giving to the
when
farmers.
he decreased.
When he decreased the price, yes,
you mentioned increase. So I was kind of like confused.
okay. When he decreased the prices, the Cote d'Ivoire wasn't in the farmers in Cote d'Ivoire realized that what they were taking there was too much, so they were smuggling their cocoa from Cote d'Ivoire to Ghana because they've realized that what our farmers are taking in here, it's something good to write home about. So why not smuggle their cocoa here to sell? But in a case where there is tight cooperation between these two countries, and then Ghana is selling a bag of cocoa at 5,000, and Cote d'Ivoire is also selling at 5,000. Will you smuggle it out? No, because it is the same price, and these are the only two countries that are leading in cocoa production. So where else are you going to sell that cocoa? So it remains here, and then I feel like it's kind of a way of forging forward towards a particular goal and a particular mission. One is building this kind of relation, cordial relation between these two countries, and then when it has to do with business too, we are forging forward for, as I said, one goal and one aim. And then when you look at this too, they said it will fight child labor. So EU's new deforestation law bans cocoa links to laws after December 2020. So if Ghana goes strict but Cote d'Ivoire doesn't, buyers just shift sourcing, harmonized sustainability rules, traceability system, farmer support in that country gets blacklisted, and both meet global standards. So it fights deforestation, and together it reduces child labor. The child labor organization in charge of child labor recently brought out a survey that shows that I think 90% of kids below a particular age are so into this, especially cocoa farming, where they see that to be very lucrative than going to school to study. So for me, if that happen, you know that this is what is happening. You don't force a child into child labor to do more than you are expected to cultivate. The more reason why we have farmers pushing in their kids, because when they realize that other countries are paying more, then what if I get about 30 acres of land? And 30 acres of land, I can't do that alone. So I have to force a kid who is supposed to be in school, I have to force you onto the farm. Because if I'm able to farm that 30 acres of land, and I'm able to smuggle like 90 or 50% of them out of the country, then it means I'm making more money. But in a case where you realize that both here and the other place are equal, so even if you are to buy 50 acres of land and you are farming it with cocoa, it means it remains here. So what is the essence? So for me, I feel like in a way it's going to reduce child labor. because you wouldn't force that child onto the farm to go and waste time on the farm because you want more, you want to cultivate more and earn more money. You wouldn't get to smuggle that cocoa out. So instead of that 50 acres, why not get my 1 acre of land? Because at the end of the day, it is the government that is still buying that cocoa, and I wouldn't get it out of the country to earn more, like with that kind of perception we have. So yes, it's a good one.
Is that in a way government maintaining cocoa prices?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I find this very strategic, if you ask me, because it's rampant for Ghana to smuggle its cocoa to Cote d'Ivoire, and now to reach an agreement to harmonize the cocoa producer prices. I think it's a good one that is going to benefit both of us, both countries. You are going to benefit. I'm equally also going to benefit. So you don't smuggle, I also don't smuggle. So now the prices is going to be at the same price.
Yeah.
Nobody's cheating any other person.
So if say Cote d'Ivoire is getting about 60 billion at the end of the year from cocoa, Ghana is also gaining same.
It's also gaining same. But I'm more interested in the cocoa policy that Dr. Baumia is bringing on board. I'm so interested in that, and I just can't wait for it to be published, so we see what he also has for the cocoa industry. Right, let's proceed. Ghana bets on drone technology to improve agriculture yields. The government of Ghana is stepping up efforts to modernize agriculture through the use of drone technology under the Feed Ghana program, a move aimed at increasing productivity, reducing production prices, cost, and promoting precision farming. Speaking of the distribution of agricultural inputs, the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eriko Poku, announced the donation of 5 sets of agricultural drones to the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, along with 40,000 bags of inorganic fertilizers to support farmers across the country. According to the minister, the drones will enable farmers to monitor crop growth and farm conditions, detect pests and diseases early, identify crop stress before it affects yields, map farmlands adequately, monitor irrigation systems, and improve farm management decisions through data collection, and also apply inputs more efficiently and reduce waste. Mr. Opoku said the technology represents a shift from traditional farming methods to data-driven and technology-based agriculture. The minister explained that drone technology can increase agricultural productivity, reduce production cost, improve crop yields, minimize the excessive use of fertilizers and agrochemicals, reduce farmers' exposure to harmful chemicals, support climate-smart agriculture practices, strengthen agriculture extension services, improve planning and policy making through better data collection. Mr. Boko also highlighted the potential of technology to make agriculture more attractive to young people. According to him, when young people see farming linked to innovation, drones, digital technology, and entrepreneurship, they are more likely to view agriculture as a modern and profitable career rather than a last resort occupation. Ms. Debbie, is it going to make it attractive? Now I'm getting to find out that digitalization is there, technology is there, some sort of like dynamic and innovation and being put out there. It's not going to be, is it one to one answer?
I don't know whether you remember the last time we spoke about agriculture and how some traders go in to buy directly from these farmers and they don't have time to pick out stones and all that. I don't know whether you remember that. And I said here that the world is evolving. So to make agriculture attractive for the youth to see it as a lucrative venture where they can, a lucrative sector where they can venture into and then make a large income for that, from that, then it means that we need to involve technology. Because gone are the days where someone can just bend down and then be weeding a whole acres of land. Or be different vitago, and then they are okay. But right now the world is evolving, And then Gen Z is coming on board who wants to be in agriculture.
Soft life.
They want soft life. And so when technology is being introduced, it makes the work so easy. There are instances where I come across a lot of videos from other countries, especially this Japan, China. They don't stress. You will just see the person with a remote, even common reading with cutlass. It's a machine. It's a machine being set in a form of robot. So you just sit relaxed, just like I'm relaxed in a chair with my remote controlling it. And within a twinkle of an eye, like you are done. Even planting of seed, say a maize seed. You don't have to be digging. Use the cutlass to you dig. Maybe now when you're pipe. No, it's a machine. You press it down the soil, and then you pick it out, and then the machine takes in the seed, and then you press it back. As simple as that. And then it makes it fun. It makes it interesting, and then like it boosts that kind of energy in you to do more of what you are doing. But in a case where you have to struggle, so let's just take our agriculture sector for example. You put in much energy. If you are putting into much energy, and then at the end of it you get a positive result, like you get, so every farmer that goes on farm or is into maize or rice, they've already budgeted or planned that maybe if I cultivate this rice this year or maize this year, this is what I should get. So if you put in the energy and after that you don't get the what you are expected of, it makes it frustrating. But here lies the case: if the technology of a thing is being introduced and you don't put in much energy, and at the end of the day you don't even get what you're expected to get, at least you get minimum or a bit minimum 50-50 of it, it's kind of encouraging. But here lies the case: you put your whole energy, and after that you don't even get buyers, people who will patronize or purchase whatever you went to the store or you wasted your time on. It becomes so frustrating. So he said what? He said drone technology will help farmers manage large-scale operation more efficiently by allowing them to identify problems before it escalates, optimize the application of inputs, and reduce wastage. Beyond improving yields, he said the technology would lower production costs, enhance environmental sustainability through reduced agrochemicals, and improve safety by limiting farmers' exposure to harmful chemicals. Most of these chemicals our farmers are using are very harmful to the eye.
Yeah.
And so sometimes if you look at this Western world, when they are spraying, they have a lot of things they wear on their faces to cover their eyes, the spectacles and all that. All those spectacles are to prevent the eyes from getting hurt from this chemicals, vapor that comes out from this chemical. So it's going to help a lot. And that is not all. They said it will also strengthen agriculture extension service, support farm mapping, irrigation monitoring, climate smart agriculture initiative, improve data collection for planning and policy making. Integrating digital technologies into agriculture is critical to achieving the objective of Feed Ghana program. I just wish that all this thing that is stated here so nice as you are reading
will be implementable, and we'll see the impact and the results of it. Ms. Eugenia, your thoughts on this, please.
I love how the government is trying to make agriculture more smarter, easier, and accessible to the youth and farmers of today. We've known agriculture to be one of the hardest jobs because you would have to use 100% of your manpower to do almost everything. Now, looking at the Western world, even when it comes to harvesting, they have machines that helps them to do that. And when it comes to clearing of the land, that is huge lands, they have machines that do that. And when it comes to seeds form, they also have machines that do that. Yes, so everything has become very easy for these farmers. For someone like a Gen Z to want to venture into an agricultural sector, it would be very difficult because it is not that easy. They don't have the machines that would make the job very easy for them. So looking at the 5 agricultural drones the government is giving to these peasant farmers and also supporting them with fertilizers, I think it's a good thing, and they need to utilize it. At least they'll be able to detect certain things which are going on wrong and handle it quickly before it escalates, rather than just imagine 5 acres, 20 acres of land, one farmer, two farmers, they are going through to make sure that everything is okay. It is stressful. So I think it's a good thing, and kudos to them.
Yeah, so government is doing all they can to make agriculture very attractive to the young people with the introduction of technology, digitalization, and make it very attractive so that the youth won't be running away from it, and make it look like that is the only last resort when it comes to looking for a job or looking for means of earning money. In as much as we've seen the government, putting all these policies on paper and making it very succulent in the ears, we are also hoping that they put it into action as well. We will not just read it nor hear it, but we want to see it being implemented and its impact and effect on our economy and also the improvement of our agriculture sector. Right, so that is it. And that'll be all for the news review. Thank you so much for joining us. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Bringing you Today in History on this day, 1956. Evacuation Day in Egypt, when the last British troops left the Suez Canal base. This withdrawal ended nearly 74 years of British military occupation in Egypt, fulfilling the terms of the 1954 Anglo-Egyptian Agreement and cementing the nation's full sovereignty. 1896. Uprisings broke out in Zimbabwe. Uprisings broke out across Zimbabwe and around June 17th, 18th, and 19th in 1896, marking a critical coordinated phase of the First or Second Matabele War. This massive wave of resistance was led by traditional leaders and powerful spirit mediums, including Mbuya Nyanda, to drive the British South Africa Company off their lands. 1812. War of 1812 begins when U.S. President James Madison signed the declaration of war against Great Britain. The conflict was triggered by the British Royal Navy's forced imprisonment of American sailors and trade restrictions during the Napoleonic Wars. 1778. British abandon Philadelphia. British forces under General Sir Henry Clinton evacuated Philadelphia after a 9-month occupation. The withdrawal was prompted by France's entry into the American Revolutionary War. The British consolidated their forces in New York City to protect it from the French Navy. To some few global observances, Autistic Pride Day. To honor neurodiversity, promote self-acceptance, and challenge the outdated belief that autism is a disease or defect that needs to be cured. Unlike traditional autism awareness events, it is entirely organized and led by the autistic community. We also have International Panic Day. It is a unique tongue-in-cheek day dedicated to raising awareness about stress, anxiety, and panic disorder. It offers a moment of acknowledging the overwhelming weight of daily pressures and emphasizes the importance of managing mental health. We also have Recess at Work Day. Encourages employees and employers to take a designated, playful break during the workday to boost morale, enhance creativity, and reduce stress. Taking intentional breaks, whether it's 5 minutes every hour or a dedicated 30-minute recess, mimics the mental recovery strategies. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances, live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Ms. Regina Bless, for Today in History and some global observances of the day. Up next, we have Debbie's Girl.
Welcome to Debbie's Girl, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear of favor. The ranking member of Parliament Health Committee, Dr. Nana Ayew Afriye, has reported to a defeated MPP presidential hopeful Kennedy Ejapon over his recent comment on the Afari military hospital in the Ashanti region. According to him, Kennedy Ejapon's account of what happened during the MPP's term in office is far from the truth about the Afari military hospital project. In a social media post, he insisted that the previous New Patriotic Party administration did not neglect the facility. Dr. Afriye also countered Kennedy Ejapon's claim that during his time as chair of the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament, he and other committee members were denied entry by security during an inspection visit to the facility. Dr. Afriye explained that the then Speaker of Parliament had tasked the Health Committee, not the Defense and Interior Committee, with visiting the facility and providing feedback. The visit, he noted, was conducted then with the Defense Minister Dominic Nitiwu. In 2023, when the Health Committee visited Afari Hospital, the contractor needed 6 million to complete works. Minister Nitiwu, in a post-visit meeting, we advised the government to release 6 million to the contractor in order for him to progress in phase 2. However, I called for the operationalization of phase 1 since it was ready to be handed, he said. He added that Kennedy Ejapon lied. The Speaker's committee task to visit Afari was health, not defense. We did so with Nitiwu and reported as such. He further stated that Kennedy Ejapon should be abreast with facts and not rely on sheer populism in making his claims. He shared receipt of payments made by the MPP government, also providing details of payment and commitment by the MPP government. Dr. Afriye wrote that folks attached is a letter requesting 6 million as final payment for works of the Afari military hospital. So this whole issue boils down to the rejected Afari military hospital. Now it has turned to a blame shifting game. This one is accusing this person that you did this. This person is saying that I did it. What you said is wrong. What you said is right. You should have said it that way. No, you were not there. I was there. I feel like it's not needed. But sincerely speaking, one person I truly look to in the NPP, or one person I would say is kind of truthful when it has to do with the NPP, regardless of how affiliated he is to the NPP party, is Kennedy Ejapon. Kennedy Ejapon is one person that will say the truth. He will speak the truth. He doesn't even care whether you are his mother, his brother, his colleague, his best friend, whoever you are. It tells you the truth in your face. No matter how bitter it is, he spill it out. And he's that kind of person that doesn't keep things within. He will just tell you the truth and then move on. And you see, that is the main reason why a lot of people do not like this man. Maybe because of how he communicated. He communicates in a harsher way, in an insultive manner. But when you sit down and then you pay close attention to whatever he says, there is sense, there's an iota of truth in whatever he is saying. And I will always say that it is a liar that will say that Kennedy Ejapon is rude. Kennedy Ejapon is someone that will not listen. It is only a liar that will say that. Anyone who tells others their mind is being seen as a rude person. And that is based on how the person communicated. So the person might be saying the right thing, but how you communicate it in a way appears to be kind of rude and insultive. And as I said, if you don't like Kennedy Ejapon, then I don't know who you are. So with this Afari military hospital, MPP said they did their best. In 8 years, they did whatever they are supposed to do. They even went to the Afari military hospital, and there have been instances where they've even released 6 million to the contractor so they can continue with the work they did. Kennedy Japan said, why will you seek blame on a current government that just came in power for 15 months? You have been in power for 8 years. And you didn't do anything about the Afari military hospital. And this is a government that came on board. And in a pace of 15 months, you are pressuring the government to complete what you couldn't do in a pace of 8 years. And you see, the most funny aspect is, I don't know whether you came across the video when Kennedy Japan was addressing the issue. He said we should forgo politics. You see, that is one thing I like about this man. In as much as he is a political person, he speaks the truth. He doesn't buttress whatever he says with politics. And you see, it is only people who think so low, people who think so low, they are the kind of people who say that whatever you are saying it doesn't make sense, or whatever you are saying is kind of you buttressing it with politics. You see, when someone is doing the wrong thing, they need an accomplice. They need people who back them up. So you can see someone behaving so bad, and then they have people backing them up. And so if you are behaving bad, or you have this kind of uncalled for attitude, and you expect the person closer to you to back you, and in a way the person tell you the truth in the face, you feel like, no, the person have betrayed me, or the person have betrayed the group in which we are. But Kennedy Japan is not that type. So when the video came in, he was like, no, this is not an issue that should be buttressed with politics. This is an issue that should be speak to as it is. Just as we see the issue, we should speak to it and ensure that the right thing is being done. And whilst he was speaking, there was another party official that was blinking his eye, making signs that you are, and then he said it. He said it. Why are you blinking your eyes? Why are you blinking your eyes? This is the truth. So why should you be blinking your eyes for me to say something else? And you see, that is our problem. That is our problem. Politics, so we cannot reason. Our sense of reasoning is dead. I'm telling you the truth. Our sense of reasoning is dead. Even a common floor member that claim to be associated with a party, the party you are associated with, no one even knows you. And this same person knows that whatever these people are doing is wrong. But because I love this party, in fact, my great-great-grandparents were in that party, my grandparents followed, my parents followed, and so whatever they are doing, whether it's wrong, whether it's good, right or wrong, I'm going to follow suit. A common floor member, their minds are even polluted. They don't even know when to reason, to identify a fact that, no, this is wrong, this is right. Any project that is started by a government needs to be completed. As simple as that. Because it is my money, it is your money. It is the taxpayers' money. And that is why we keep suffering and we keep marking time as a country. We are delaying our own progress. And it's hurting. We are delaying our own progress. A government will come on board, start a project, they will not complete it. Then they'll leave it. Another person will come, they will start, they will not complete it, then they'll leave it. Then it continues like that. And we have a lot of projects worth billions of cedis that are rotting in the bush. And these are projects that when it's being completed, it will employ the citizens in this country. And that same citizen that is supposed to reason and tell these people the truth are not reason because their conscience are bought. Their conscience is being seared with hot iron, and so they are dead. They are dead. They cannot even identify between truth and wrong. Whether this thing is the truth or whether this thing is wrong. Whether this person is saying the right thing or this person is saying the wrong thing. They cannot identify between these two. And so all the time, we keep backing things that are not supposed to be so. And so we motivate these politicians to do more. We motivate them to continue treading on the wrong path. We should rather correct them, but we don't do it. And you see, when Kennedy Japan said this, I saw a video of a young communicator for the MPP, and she made a statement. She said it is because Kennedy Japan is aging, and so it's affecting him. And I just sat and I was like, come on. No, so I replayed the video again. Like, I just want to listen. Maybe I didn't hear it right, so I wanted to replay it and like just relax and replay the video again so that I can be rest assured that whatever that person is saying, like she's saying it. She's really saying what she said. And I feel like this is wrong. Let's speak to the truth. Let's speak to the truth. Let's speak to the truth. The person can be rude, but listen to whatever the person is saying. It makes sense. It makes sense. I'm telling you, if MPP should have Kennedy Japan about 10 in that party, the party will stand. But because they don't want the truth, any omunde, we should speak to the truth. The hospital should be completed. We are not saying that it shouldn't be completed. It should be completed. But what we are saying is that you came in for 8 years. What prevented you from doing it? What prevented you from doing it? The lady who went to tour the place and she was speaking blah 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 blah. And we need to hold the people accountable. I was asking myself, where were you? Where were you when your government was in power? You didn't realize to hold your government accountable. Now you know it. Now the Holy Spirit have dawned on you to realize that you need to hold people accountable for what they do, or for projects, or for initiative they bring on board. You've now realized it. We are condemned. As for that act, we are totally condemning it. Any project that is started by government should be completed. It should be completed. It's a necessity. In fact, it is mandatory for you to complete it. You have no reason to tell us why you didn't complete it. You see, so because one person started and they didn't complete it, the trend follows. It follows like that. It follows like that. See, in as much as we are saying all this, and I know people will still not buy sense into what I'm saying because their conscience has been bought. You need to start reasoning, because you are the one who suffer. They are employed though. Their kids are employed. Even before they complete school, their work is ready for them. What of you? Do you have anyone who has the work ready for you to go in and work? No. So you need to stand on your ground and then ensure that the right thing is being done. Because if this project are completed, it will employ you. You wouldn't be in the house after completing school and still be complaining. So the right thing should be done. The right thing should be done. Let's speak to the truth and stop buttressing every issue with politics. It is not helping us. It is not helping us. The better we realize that, the sooner we realize this, the better for all of us. Sincerely speaking. The sooner we realize this, the better for all of us. We cannot be wasting taxpayers' money like that. Please, we are begging you. We cannot. The politics is too much. The politics, when it has to do with sensitive issues and project that belongs to the state, we should take away politics from it and talk to the truth and ensure that the right thing is being done. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Girl.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that, girl. We should make sure that the right thing is being done. Thank you so much for joining us on the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news shortly, and right after the news, we'll be back. Please stay and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com ghanatalks@gmail.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up this morning, Deputy Finance Minister criticized 42% GET fund allocation to senior high school feeding, urging the 2027 budget to focus on infrastructure. Meanwhile, the Education Minister tells Parliament the no-fee stress policy has covered 312,448 first-year students at a cost of 888 million Ghana cedis. Environmental Protection Authority announced a gradual ban on polystyrene takeaway packs, citing serious health risk. Also in the news, Controller and Accountant General's report that 4,000 workers on the state payroll are yet to pay off their student loans. And on the business front, Trade Minister calls on cement manufacturers to adopt local raw materials in reducing consumer price. We've got details on these stories and many others coming up shortly. The Etiwa East Member of Parliament and former Deputy Finance Minister Abenose Asari has questioned government decision to commit 42% of GET Fund resources to finance feeding for senior high students under the Free Senior High School policy. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, Honorable Sir Asari argued that the allocation undermined GET Fund's core mandate of financing educational infrastructure and development projects across the country. She stressed that diverting nearly half the fund to recurrent feeding cost weakens long-term capacity building. Her comment as to ongoing national debate about whether feeding costs for Free Senior High School should be borne by GET Fund and directly from government consolidated fund.
42% of GET Fund's allocation is spent on school feeding at the senior level. Mr. Speaker, that is good because the students also have to be fed as they go to school. But Mr. Speaker, that is not the mandate of GET Fund. GET Fund's core mandate is to help in the infrastructure of the schools. I had the opportunity to visit the regions and also to engage the pre-tertiary schools. Mr. Speaker, as we speak now, there's an outstanding infrastructure, uncompleted infrastructure to the tune of between 8 to 10 billion. And so that if you take 42% of the allocation for this, which is not their core mandate, you ask yourself, how much do you give to them to complete the uncompleted infrastructure? We can use other sources of revenue to fund this equally good program, but not the money that should go to GET Fund for infrastructure. So we will plead with the majority leader and the finance minister that as he brings not the mid-year but the 2027 budget in November, they should look at this and make sure they give GET Fund enough allocation, one, to address the existing uncompleted infrastructure, as well as give the Ministry of Education enough funding to enable them to do what is expected of them.
The Minister for Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, has disclosed that 312,448 first-year tertiary students have benefited from government no-fee stress policy since its introduction at a total cost of over 888 million Ghana cedis. Appearing before Parliament, he said the policy, which absorbs academic facility user fees for fresh students, is part of government effort to reduce financial barriers to higher education. Breakdown of beneficiaries and cost for 2024 and 2025 academic year: 152,000 first-year students benefited at a cost of 399 million Ghana cedis to government. 2025-2026, about 159,000 students have far benefited, with expenditure hitting 489 million Ghana cedis. Cumulatively, 312,448 students, total of 888 million. Over 312,000 first-year students have had their academic fees paid, ensuring no student is denied access due to inability to pay, the minister told the House. To complement free senior high school, the no-fee stress targets only academic facility user fees for level 100 students in public tertiary institutions.
The policy was launched successfully 4th July 2025 at the SDA College of Education in Koforidua and is currently active and operational nationwide. As I indicated, Mr. Speaker, to alleviate financial burden of students, 2024-25 academic year, 152,698 validated first-year students benefited at a cost of 399,374,727 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, for the 2025 academic year ongoing, 159,750 students have benefited so far at a cost of 489,456,427 Ghana cedis. To date, Mr. Speaker, 312,448 students have been assisted under the no-fee stress at a total cost of 888,831,000. Mr. Speaker, this is what we have done to support young people desirous of accessing tertiary education. Our policy remains access, relevance, and quality.
Government to begin its ban on single-use plastics, starting with polystyrene takeaway containers. Chief Executive Officer of the Environmental Protection Agency, Professor Nana Ma Brown Klucha, announced the policy, stressing that the move is driven by both environmental and public health concerns. The gradual process is to allow manufacturers, food vendors and consumers to transition to alternatives. The Environmental Protection Agency's comments signal the start of enforcement after years of policy discussions on plastic waste management.
So the general idea is to ban single-use plastics, and we're starting it gently, slowly, because we believe that Ghanaians will need time to adjust. Companies will need time to change to alternatives and to stay in business. So we start with styrophones, polystyrene, takeaway containers. So the polystyrene is I would say the scientific name, or it is more broader. It's the mother, let's say it's the mother. So styrophones is what we get a takeaway from.
Okay.
But polystyrene, you get into the ceiling, the T&J, that level of hardened type. Okay. Yeah. So they are all the same products or the same family of products.
Okay.
So the cups, the spoon, no, we don't get spoons from there. So the cups, the bowls, the mattresses, the ceiling materials and all of that are all in that category which we want to ban. So we're starting with this because, especially with the takeaway, the one that we use for packaged food, when we have hot meals in those ones, it leaks. It leaches, and so we get some liquid out of these containers. When we take it in, it has high health risk on us. And so some cancer is related to some cancer, some neurological diseases and all of that are related to such leach from this hot meal that we put in this styrofoam.
A policy analyst and co-chair of the Ghana Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, Dr. Emmanuel Steve Asari, calls for urgent harmonization of Ghana's mineral royalty management to improve development outcomes in mining communities. Speaking at a Natural Resource Governance Institute, he argued that the current fragmented structure is diluting the impact of royalty revenues and creating inefficiencies in local development delivery. According to him, the lack of coordination leads to duplication and weak accountability.
One of the major reasons why none of our mining host communities has been able to translate their share of mineral royalties into lasting benefits for community members has to do with the issue of mismanagement and inefficient use of the share of mineral royalties that are ceded by central government to local government authorities for the purpose of financing local economic development. And this came to attention in the course of the work of the Ghana Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative. And so the committee recommended that guidelines are provided to inform how communities or district share of mineral royalties are used for the benefit of communities. Rather than provide guidelines, what the government did was to create a parallel nomenclature in the name of the Mining Community Development Scheme, managed at the district level by a local management committee to pursue the same objective of local economic development. So as we speak, we have the Office of the Administrator of Stoollands managing and disbursing a portion of mineral royalties to mining host communities. And then we have the MDF Secretariat through the Mining Community Development Scheme, also disbursing and managing another portion of the mineral royalties, all for the same objective of local economic development. In my view, it will be more efficient to harmonize the official nomenclature for managing, distributing, and ensuring that community share of mineral royalties are converted into lasting benefits for the people. When you do that, when you harmonize, you reduce the administrative cost of pursuing that objective. And so it is the call of the Ghana EITI that we should rethink how we distribute community share of mineral royalty.
The Controller and Accountant General has disclosed that about 4,000 public sector workers currently on government payroll have outstanding student loans. He made the disclosure at the launch of the Student Loan Trust Fund 20th anniversary celebrations in Accra. Speaking at the event, Mr. Kwesi Ejay said the Controller and Accountant General's Department is collaborating with Student Loan Trust Fund to recover the loans through mandatory salary deductions in line with the Student Loan Trust Fund. He stressed that recovering these loans is critical to keeping the revolving fund alive.
The sustainability of revolving fund depends on the timely repayment of loans, ensuring resources remain available for future students. In this regard, the partnership between the Student Loan Trust Fund and the Controller Accountant General Department offers an opportunity to strengthen loan recovery and improve the long-term sustainability of student financing in Ghana. As the custodian of the Government of Ghana payroll system, the Controller Accountant General is well placed to support the identification of beneficiaries employed in the public sector who are on the mechanized payroll, thereby facilitating loan recovery through structured payroll deductions. Subject to the applicable legal and regulatory framework, such deductions could be administered as statutory deductions to promote consistency, efficiency, and compliance. We have already identified over 4,000 beneficiaries on the government payroll through the collaboration with the trust. And in the coming days, we will engage the trust to agree to the modalities of implementing these deductions. We envisage that these deductions will become one of the important statutory deductions on beneficiary salaries, alongside existing obligations such as Senate and PAYE. What we want to do is that the deductions will be treated as statutory and expand equitable access to higher education.
In business, the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu-Ajari, has called on cement manufacturers in the country to prioritize the use of locally available raw materials as part of effort to promote sustainable and cost-effective cement production. Delivering a keynote address at Intercem Africa 2026, the Minister described the conference as a landmark event bringing together participants from approximately 40 countries and more than 100 companies. She emphasized that innovation remains critical to the growth of Ghana's cement industry to reduce dependence on imported clinker. The minister highlighted recent advancement in limestone calcined clay cement, noting that collaborative effort involving CBI Ghana demonstrates the potential for further innovation. She further noted that Ghana's ongoing industrialization would continue to drive demand for cement, making it imperative to adopt environmentally sustainable production methods. Intercem Africa 2026, organized in partnership with the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers and in collaboration with CBI Ghana and the CL3 project, has brought together global industry leaders to deliberate on the future of cement production. Chair of COMAG and Chief Executive Officer of CBI Ghana, Frederick, underscored the structural challenges facing Ghana's cement industry, particularly the country's inability to produce clinker due to limited sustainable limestone deposit. He noted that reducing dependency through the use of alternative local materials is key to improving sustainability and competitiveness. Mr. Albrecht further explained that clinker production is energy intensive, requiring temperature of up to 1,500 degrees Celsius, making it highly sensitive to global fuel price fluctuations. He added that transition into alternative production methods requires long-term investment and planning. Chief Executive Officer of COMAC, Bishop Dr. George Dawson, also commended stakeholders across the cement value chain for their participation and contributions to the success of the conference. The conference featured discussions on a wide range of industry topics, including calcined clay cement as a scalable solution for West Africa. Intercem Africa 2026 has been widely described as timely and insightful, reinforcing Ghana's position as a key hub for industrial innovation and sustainable development within Africa's cement sector. To sports, Parliament has congratulated the Black Stars following their hard-fought victory over Panama, while urging the team to improve performance levels and avoid complacency as they prepare for more demanding fixtures in the ongoing 2026 FIFA World Cup. The commendation and caution were delivered by the Member of Parliament for Brekum West, Dixon Tredia, in a statement on the floor of Parliament. His remarks comes in the wake of Ghana's narrow 1-0 win over Panama in their opening group match, a result that has boosted national morale but also exposed areas requiring improvement. Addressing the House, Mr. Tredia acknowledged the importance of the victory but should serve as a stepping stone rather than a final achievement. He observed that the team's performance in the early stages of the match left much to be desired. Despite the slow start, the Member of Parliament commended the Black Stars for their improved display in the second half, attributing the turnaround to tactical adjustment made during the game. Mr. Tredia emphasized that such improvement must be sustained and enhanced if Ghana is to stand a realistic chance against stronger opponents in the group. He described the upcoming matches as formidable tests, noting that England and Croatia are highly linked with impressive World Cup histories. Nonetheless, he expressed confidence in the Black Stars' ability to rise to the challenge, citing the team's history of resilience and determination on the international stage. The Member of Parliament further cautioned against complacency, urging the team to remain focused and disciplined in subsequent matches. Beyond the immediate sporting context, Mr. Tredia highlighted the broader significance of football to national development. He added that the success of the national team plays a critical role in inspiring the youth and enhancing the country's international reputation. In showbiz, international reggae musician Grams Morgan has disclosed that nearly half of his ancestry traces back to Ghana, describing the discovery as a powerful confirmation of his connection to the African continent and the legacy of the transatlantic slave trade. The celebrated Jamaican artist made the revelation during high-level consultative conference on next steps under the United Nations resolution on enslaved Africans, a gathering that brought together political leaders, diplomats, academics, civil society actors, and members of the African diaspora to discuss pathways towards justice, reparation, and historical reconciliation. Addressing participants at the conference, Grams Morgan said a DNA ancestry test conducted as part of his personal search for identity showed that a significant portion of his root originated from Ghana. The revelation drew applause from participants at the event, many of whom viewed it as a poignant reminder of the enduring ties between Africa and descendants of enslaved Africans scattered across the globe. Graham Morgan, a member of the internationally acclaimed Morgan heritage family and one of reggae's music's most recognizable voice, explained that tracing his ancestry was part of a broader effort to understand his heritage and reconnect with his historical roots. His comments resonated strongly with discussions at the conference, which focused on historical injustices of slavery and the continuing impact of those justices on African descendants around the world. The musician said the DNA findings had deepened his appreciation of Ghana's role in the history of the African diaspora and reinforced his sense of belonging to the continent. Observers at the conference noted that his testimony reflected the experience of many descendants of enslaved Africans who have increasingly turned to DNA testing to reconnect with ancestral homelands lost through centuries of forced displacement. The call for reparations has gained momentum in recent years, with Ghana emerging as one of the leading voices advocating global recognition of the enduring consequences of slavery, colonization, and racial exploitation. On global updates, Namibia has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening economic, cultural and diplomatic relations with Ghana using the maiden Namibia Meet Ghana Cultural Night in Accra as a platform to promote trade, tourism, investment and people-to-people exchanges between the two countries. Hosted by the High Commission of Namibia in Ghana, the event brought together diplomats, government officials, traditional leaders, business executives, tourism stakeholders, creatives and members of the Namibian community. The gathering underscored the growing commitment of both countries to expand cooperation beyond traditional diplomatic relations. Speaking at the event, Namibia's High Commissioner to Ghana is keen to transform its presence in Ghana into practical partnerships that deliver meaningful benefits for citizens and businesses in both countries. According to the High Commissioner, there are significant chances for collaboration in tourism, agriculture, education and creative industries. She noted that the African Continental Free Trade Area also presents new opportunities for increased economic cooperation between the two nations. Relations between Ghana and Namibia are rooted in a shared history of solidarity and Pan-Africanism championed by Ghana's first president. Since Namibia's independence, the two countries have maintained cordial relations and continue to cooperate through the Permanent Joint Commission for Cooperation established in 1992. The framework promotes collaboration across the economic, technical, scientific and cultural sectors. Both countries are also considering upgrading the arrangement to a broader binational commission to further accelerate cooperation in trade. The cultural night featured traditional music and dance performances, fashion showcases, tourism exhibitions, and culinary experience celebrating both Namibian and Ghanaian cuisines. Organizers said the event was designed not only to celebrate the rich cultural heritage of both countries, but also to create chances for business networking and tourism promotion. Addressing guests at the event, the Deputy Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Honorable Yusuf Isaka, described culture and tourism as powerful instrument for fostering economic cooperation and strengthening people-to-people relations across the country. He added that cultural exchanges create opportunities for investment and tourism growth while advancing broader vision of African integration. The Namibia Meet Ghana Cultural Night is expected to become an annual platform for promoting bilateral cooperation and advancing the shared vision of a prosperous, integrated and self-reliant Africa. And that's it on the morning news update. Thank you so much for making time with me. I am Deborah Adoso. Good morning.
To amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Good morning to you once again, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the second segment of the morning show, and this is also your favorite online radio station. Remember that you are streaming live on Facebook here. So we are finally back on Facebook. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Do all to log on, send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the morning show. My name is Ruth Esenam Fiagbedu. I remain your guest. And on the second segment, you know how we do it. We come along with knowledgeable guests who are going to be delving into the issues for discussion this morning. And I must say that we have interesting topics lined out to discuss this morning. And my guest is already seated. I have with me Kennedy Donko, the NPP Communications team member. And as part of the topics we'll be looking at this morning, fewer political appointees, bigger compensation bill. We all know about the Buhari surrounding President John Dramani Mahama's appointees, the numbers and the monies that were disbursed or paid to these ministers and also civil servants right here. We also have government maintaining cocoa prices. These are the two topical issues we'll be looking at this morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Kennedy, and you are welcome to the morning show.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
By the grace, I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm fine. It's been a while we had you in the studio.
In fact, it's been a very long time, not a while. Yes, and let me apologize to you and then your team. And then also let me apologize to Ghanaians. But let me take this opportunity to say very good morning to yourself and your producers, your team, and also your listeners and your viewers. It's been a very, very long time, and I think there's certain things I can't disclose here. But it's been good, you know. At times when you are off, I mean the radio, or if you are off being to the public space, at times it's like you are working behind the scene to improve upon certain things, because at times you have a lot of things to do at the same time, but you have to also take a break and try to solve certain things out. So basically, let me seek for your apology I hope you have already accepted my apology. And then, I think so far, I would say everything is okay. Just that, in my absence, a lot of things, have happened.
A lot of
things.
A lot.
Have happened behind me, but probably it's all good. And this week, something really happened, which probably
you want to talk about?
I want us to make.
What is it? What happened?
It's about Ken Ofori-Atta and how.
Ken Ofori-Atta?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Kennedy Japan's story as well.
Oh, Kennedy Japan's story. I think I already discussed about that on radio this week. So.
But not with me.
Yeah, with Ken's statement.
Which
last week, what happened last?
Ken Ofori-Atta or Kennedy Japan? They are okay.
Let me use what you prefer, Kennedy Japan.
All right.
Kennedy Japan issue. Because I said the same thing last week. Before he came out to say
that you were in power for 8 years and you didn't do anything about it.
You see, I don't know why the media and some people is deciding to twist, the words of Kennedy Japan.
But we listened to him. He said that. He said, "Don't blink at me. Allow me to talk." That was what he said.
When let's look at what he said and now what came out.
Okay, what did he say?
He made the statement very obvious that, in fact, looking at the country, the reason why we are finding it very difficult to develop as a country is because of the attitude of the MPP and then the NDC. He made that statement very categorically by saying that anytime a project is being started by a successive government, whenever the other government comes, they don't want to continue that project because of that, it is affecting our development.
Are you paraphrasing what he said, or?
That's what it is. If you take inferences or if you make a simple deduction of what Kennedy Japan said, that's what he was trying to say. He said, the MPP and NDC, we are the problem of this country. Because anytime a project is being started by the previous government, when a successive government comes, they find it very difficult to even continue that project. I hope you understand. That's basically what he was trying to say. So he went ahead and said that, yes, MPP was in power for 8 years and we didn't complete the project. However, NDC came recently and we are blaming NDC to go and complete the project. That's all the statement. So you have to start from the foundation of what he built before he arrived where he got to. But it's like anytime people are quoting him or trying to paraphrase him, they'll try to quash off the beginning or the foundation of his statement, then focusing on what he said that MPP was in power for 8 years. Now, if you want to delve into the whole project of the Afari Hospital, you see, it all started even under the previous MPP government, when the former president, John Ajay Kufuor, went to look for money of what we call the Irrigate project. And then the Irrigate project, if you remember, it included 9 hospitals, or 8, or I've forgotten the exact, but it's 8 hospitals. And among these hospitals, you realize that only Afari cost the taxpayer $180 million. But if you look at the rest of the project, it was around less than even double of what Afari alone can even cost. So it tells you that the Afari Hospital was one of the biggest one. Now, the former president under the MPP government brought in that money, hoping that, in fact, the successive government that took power in 2009 would have continued and finished the project. But do you know what happened? The project delayed and started in 2014. And you ask yourself, why? Why is it that you came to power, all agreement was signed, everything was controlled under you, but they didn't start at the early stage? You see, when you look at the geographical location of Ashanti region, looking at the Bono region, the Bono East region, the northern region, the Afro region, and then all the northern part of this country, when you talk about a very big hospital or a referral hospital, the only thing that you can talk about is Wakonfanache. So the previous MPP government saw it very relevant that if we want a hospital that can serve the people within those enclaves, then let us get a very complementary hospital that will, help G or Konfonache. That's what we call the G. That is what the previous government. But when they came, do you know why? They wanted to take that hospital from Ashanti region, and then to. So that is where the how question or the why question is. Because that was what the NDC was doing. So it delayed the project. And then at the end of the day, they said no.
That was during what period?
That was during the NDC period, where NDC took over 2009.
2009?
Yes.
But how were they trying to take the Cat Hospital from the Ashanti?
So that's the question that I think probably when my colleague comes, then you have to ask him. So the reason why it delayed, and then they started in 2014, is what I'm telling you. They wanted to take it from Ashanti region to different. At first, they are bringing it to Greater Accra. I said they want to go to the central or whatever regions. And later on, they said no. Looking at the geographical location of Ashanti region and looking at G or Konfonache, and then the people that it is serving, it will be very relevant to maintain it in the Ashanti region. So that is the reason why they started it in 2014. Now, even granted, you started it, your predecessor, has gotten money for you, and then you came to start it. They actually waited until 2016. By the end of 2016, they had completed around 40% of the project.
Hey, are you sure?
40, yeah, that's
with the videos we are seeing.
The video from where?
That is a 40% hospital completion.
When NDC was in power, when they were living in power, when they lost power, they have done only 40% of the project. Oh
Mr.
yes,
Kennedy.
I'm speaking in fact.
I have seen the videos myself.
Well, are you talking about the current video? Or the previous videos?
The previous videos we've seen.
No, they are lying. Don't be deceived by everything that you see on social media.
But how does a 40% project look to you?
Oh,
if
I'm
you say
saying
a project
that
is 40%,
you see, when we are speaking, we speak in fact. We speak based on assessment, reports, and everything. So when they were living in office, in 2016, when we took power in 2017, they had done 40% of the project. Hope you understand. And then we took over. By the time we left office in 2014, we had done more than 90% of the project.
You left office in 2014.
2004.
All right.
2024. Yeah. So, but when we were leaving 2024, we had already completed over 90% of the project.
So you completed 90% of the
Yes, 92%. The reports are there. I'm surprised that you're even asking me this. All your social media, your sister stations, they have done a report on this. And even if you remember, recently, there was, a press conference that was done by the minority in parliament. They gave exactly figures. They gave, vivid account of how the project started and where we have got it to. 92% of the project has been done. So you ask yourself, if at the end of the day, there was an issue that the emergency ward in Ashanti region, the emergency ward, was at its capacity, even doubled, if not even tripled. And then the doctor, the person in charge, came out to say that, in fact, looking at the way things are going, there is no way that we can admit new patients. Therefore, if you know you are coming to, bring any sick person, any patient to the hospital, you have to look somewhere else. Now, based on that, the Minister of Health decided to suspend this particular doctor. And that is why let me done. So you ask me a question. That is why at the end of the day, the minority in parliament said that no, you can never blame, or you can never put the shift or blame the doctor. However, you have to make sure that let's go and complete the almost finished hospital in the Ashanti region, which is the Afari Hospital. That is the reason why we are having these discussions concerning this Afari Hospital. But Japan, he's entitled to his opinion. I hope you understand that when you talk about, basically, Ashanti region, we could have completed. Yes, it's true, but we didn't. However, we reached more than 90%. So it tells you that
why didn't you
at the end of the day,
continue and finish up with the 8%?
So far as you have come in power, then you can complete it. That's how it is. You see, there are other hospitals that we started and finished in Ashanti region. Many of the 5 hospitals. So at times, when we are discussing issues about Ashanti region concerning health related issues, it's not that maybe MPP did nothing or sat unconcerned. That we don't even like the people of Ashanti. That is not how the whole issue is all about.
Mr. Kennedy,
yes.
You brought up the issue of the doctor.
Yes.
And my question is, did a doctor consult the minister before calling for the action? Did he?
Oh, Yes, you see,
he did. If he did, then why is he apologizing to the minister?
Let me tell you something. If you are in charge of hospital, you know the reality, what is happening there. Let me tell you something. I was listening to Erika J. When they went to, the in-laws funeral of Semi-Jemfi, Ashanti region. He said, one of his friends, was not feeling well. Therefore, they had to transfer him to the hospital. And when they go to the hospital, it was quite sad to understand that they couldn't even get a bed for his friend. They had to put the friend on a stretcher and then treating the friend. It tells you how dire the situation when you go to the Ashanti region, when you come to these health-related matters. Now, the person working there have come out to say that the ward that was supposed to, accept, just 30 patients, even took up to more than 60 patients. So it tells her clearly, it's not, you can never blame the doctor himself. To understand that. Now, when you even bring them, there's no way to even keep them.
No, but the right thing should have been done by consulting
to call the minister for what? To call the minister and tell me that.
But after the president has given a directive that you should not return any sick person or any patients when they come to the hospital, even if it's a stretcher you can treat them on. Do that. But he took the authority into his own hand and then made that decision without consulting anybody. I believe you also not be happy if maybe your ward just come and then do something, or let me use this institution as an example. You're supposed to have morning show. We come and the place is flooded, and then you did not consult management to tell them the issue at hand, that this is so and so, that is why we wouldn't be able to. Then you just get up and be like, today no morning show. How do you think management will feel?
You see, let's be frank. Let's not try to, give the dog a bad name. As if, the doctor basically did not announce anything concerning what was happening there. Or did not come out to speak to the people of Ghana what was happening in the hospital. You see, if you remember, before the doctor came out to say that, he first of all, a week before his decision, he came out bluntly and said that, in fact, looking at what is happening at Komfonoche, at the emergency ward, the place is full to the fact that when they bring even in a new patient, there's no way that they will be able to accept them. So he said it before he took that decision. He didn't wake up, or it didn't just come to him out of the blue that, oh, let me just decide not to accept a new patient. So, for him, he came out and he was complaining. So, whilst he was complaining, I think that was when the Minister of Health should have consulted the man and asked him what was the way forward. But he didn't. And then at the end of the day, the man has taken his decision. Now you are coming to blame him and then suspending him. Yes, indeed. The president said that, oh, now, if someone brings a patient, or if there is a referrer to your hospital and there are no beds, you should not, you should have to accept the person and try to do something about it. Yes, it's true. Based on that statement, I can boldly say that the doctor did the same thing, and even beyond that. If, let me ask you, a ward that is supposed to take just 30 patients, but took more than 60, then that means that he has even, done the same thing what the president asked him to do. So on that tangent, the issue that came when it came to Afari, the decision that was taken by the doctor, and then the decision that was taken by the health minister, to me, I think that was very bad, on a bad mood. And this is not the first time that I see Honorable Akando when he is acting in that manner. When he came, even the first year in office, he went to Tamale. Look at what he did. I don't know if he's always happy to just sack people from their duties. And you can never use violence to treat violence. That's one thing we need to know about that.
Yeah. I want to ask something. Is Komfonoche Teaching Hospital a private entity or a government entity?
It's a government hospital.
And who employs the CEO over there?
Oh. It's the government. Government is the employer.
Right. And who does the CEO report to?
You go ahead and ask the straightforward question.
No, who does the CEO report to?
The CEO will definitely report to the government.
So that means that whatever decision that you want to take, you have to report to the government before you take that decision. Is it not the case?
In any way, who told you that whenever you are occupying, a government position, and you want to take a decision, you have to go and, seek, approval from the president before you do that.
He's not taking approval from the president.
That's where you are driving at.
So the president appoints the minister, and the CEO reports to the minister, and the minister reports to the president. So in this case, the CEO should have reported to the minister. Then the minister reports to the president.
About what?
About the situation at hand to look for measures, but you just don't take decision into your own hands and then make decisions.
Are you telling me that
it's never done anywhere, even in private institutions?
I'm coming. Are you telling me that the president himself and then the minister, they weren't aware of the situation at Okonfanoche?
Were they informed?
I'm asking you. Do you think they are not aware?
No, were they informed?
They are aware.
No, but
so
were they informed? No, let's not assume that they know when you have not been informed properly.
You see, that's where you get it wrong. Let me tell you something. If you are a leader, everything rises and falls under you. And you are not supposed to be told before you take an action. When we voted for you, when the people went to, to the polls and voted for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, they gave him the authority that you have to steer the affairs of this country. Even all sectors, when it comes to health issues, is very well. Now, taking this one to granted, and then at the end of the day, as a president, you are supposed to know and even take a decision before the person to come and even report to you. That's one thing you need to understand. So, I don't believe that the president should have sat at his office and then someone has to report to him before you. If you're a president, you have to go to the field. Go there, see the problem there, find solutions to the problems. But in any way, the man came out, like I was saying earlier, the man came out and was complaining all over the social media. We all heard it. You two heard some. So at the end of the day,
is social media the way to
see yourself?
To inform
you see yourself.
President.
Right now, if someone beats someone in the social media or someone shot someone on social media, won't the police go and arrest the person?
No, I'm asking a question.
You see, so
is social media the way to inform the president?
I'm telling you that if right now someone insults the president on social media, the president will order to the security to go and arrest the person.
Is it the president that order the security to arrest him?
He will not, even if he doesn't order, they will arrest him, right? Why not?
Because
they arrest the person on behalf of the president. Is that not it?
But this is an institution.
Institution of
then
what?
Why then does the president appoint people to or his subordinates to
the president has complained. And don't forget, even the health minister himself even came out to say that yes, the man, the CEO even reported the issue. And then he told him to hold on. However, the man said no, now enough is enough. And you see, that's why we say in our local adage that now I have reported an issue to you. You are doing nothing about it. So what should I do? Should I sit aloof whilst I cannot work? So giving that instructive to that CEO was very bad decision. And that one day, I don't know how you accept it, but because if you remember, after he took that decision, what happened next? Because of his decision, there was a strike. And then at the end of the day, those who visited the hospital could not even get treatment. So it tells you that you don't just jump into the field, take a decision anyhow, but at the end of the day, look at the implications that it can bring to the state. So my sister, even though you might say that the person should have taken his time, but I think it was too much on his table. So at the end of the day, that was the only option that he could have taken. But I was saying something about Kenoforata matter.
We need to proceed into our
no worry.
Issues.
We have more time. No worry, because I think now
we don't have time.
It's going to be more of like one-on-one.
My other guest will be joining us.
So. Don't worry when he comes. So you see, Kenoforata issue is very important. When the NDC was in the position, if you remember, one of the issue that was, became a topical discussion was based on the fact that Kenoforata actually authorized certain funds for, some institutions or some project that they think that it was unconstitutional. Based on this particular narrative, at the end of the day, you can clearly see that, Ghanaians were expecting that when when NDC comes to power, they should basically call Ken Ofori-Atta and then collect our money for us. However, you see, Ken Ofori-Atta is not in the country. They have tried several, ways to call him back. However, as we are speaking, Ken Ofori-Atta is not in the country, right? To the fact that recently we are saying that we heard that he has gotten a green card, so he's now a permanent resident in the United States of America. I blame the NDC government if at the end of the day we are not able to invite Ken Ofori-Atta to come and account or answer to certain decisions that he took. Because if you remember, when NDC took over, office in January, within 2 months, they raided Ken Ofori-Atta's house. I hope you remember. When Richard Japa led the security and then they bombed into his house, without a warrant. That issue clearly tells you that indeed they took a certain route that created a picture that will actually discourage the Americans or the US to actually expedite extradition process. Because before US will grant an extradition, they consider the political environment of the situation or the person involved. Now, you've embarked on certain action that is painting a picture that when it comes to Ken Ofori-Atta, it is kind of not it's basically a persecution that you want to actually let him go through. So, when we come to Ken Ofori-Atta issue, no Ghanaian should blame the NPP government of maybe trying to cover or shield Ken Ofori-Atta not to come to Ghana. However, they should basically put the blame onto the NDC government. Now, with today's matter that you give, in fact,
are you done with Ken Ofori-Atta?
Yeah, I just want to, because obviously there's no time.
Let me introduce my topic.
Sure.
Right, so for today's topic, we are going to be talking about fewer political appointees, bigger compensation bill. So there's been a debate surrounding Ghana's Office of Government Machineries, while President Mahama administration has cut the number of political appointees at the Jubilee House by 124. The presidency overall compensation bill is still projected to surge by 148%. And the reduction dropped total political appointees from 357 as of the last publicly available data from 2023 to 233. Yet the projected surge in compensation costs has prompted significant scrutiny, a debate primarily driven by the following factors. So that is it. So there's been question, if we have fewer appointees or fewer numbers, how come are we having a lot of money being paid, or what we are paying is more than what the previous administration actually paid? And we've heard from the communications director or spokesperson of the president, Kwasi Fosu, coming out to clarify that. So yeah, let's delve into it.
Thank you very much for this particular topic, and it's quite interesting, and at times it's very sad as a country. You see, the reason why we are not developing this country is because of certain at times the actions and the behavior of politicians. And nowadays, many Christians don't want to involve in politics because they describe politics as a dirty game, to the fact that politics is about lies and disease. But in any way, can we then conclude by saying that that's all about politics? No. You see, one of the reasons why we, the MPP, we lost the 2024 elections was based on this promise that was given to the good people of Ghana. And majority of Ghanaians actually went to the polls and voted massively for the NDC government, to the fact that we, the MPP, we took a certain, policies or measures or route of which the NDC complained that it created, loss, or it was based on certain measures that our public expenditure has increased. Now, granted by then to the fact that at the end of the day, yes, the voters basically have accepted that, and then they voted for the NDC government, because you promised them that the economic fortune that Ghana was facing was the fact that MPP had already appointed over 100 ministers. I hope you remember when it was saying that yes, we have appointed more than 100 ministers, therefore it was affecting our revenue, it was affecting our expenditure in this country. So the people of Ghana basically accepted that notion without considering the fact that COVID was one of the issues that affected our economy, without considering the fact that there was Ukraine-Russia war that was affecting the economy. But they fell into the trap of the NDC and said that because of the number of ministers that the MPP government had appointed is the reason why we were basically facing economic challenges. Now, if you remember, now let me read some of the promises that was given to the people of Ghana. If you look at what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said when he was opposition, and GBC 2004, Mahama promised to reduce government size.
2024.
Yes, 2024. Mahama promised to reduce government size. The purpose is to reduce government expenditure. Hope you understand.
Yeah.
So that was the reason why President Mahama said that no, Ghanaians should vote for basically the NDC government, to the fact that when they come, they are going to put in measures that will reduce the government expenditure. When you look at modern Ghana, news as well, in 2023, Mahama pledges to government or pledges Ghanaians for lean government. So that was a promise. And what was the reason behind that pledge? The reason was so simple, to the fact that he said they want to, ensure efficient use of the country's limited resources. So these were some of the promise that was given to the people of Ghana, and then they voted massively for, the NDC government. Now, after winning power, after the people sacrificing their authority unto you, after the people believing in you based on your promise, it tells you that they were promising the people of Ghana that whenever we give them the power, their focus is to reduce the expenditure of the government at the end of the day. So, if you remember, when MPP came to power in 2017, we said that there was a lot. We had a lot to do. Therefore, the best thing is to appoint a lot of basically ministers that should basically take in charge of different sectors of economy. And then they said we increase the expenditure of the government. Now, their promise was so glaring to the fact that when they come, they are going to reduce expenditure. And that was perfect. So Ghanaians voted for them. But in any way, let's ask ourselves, when they came to power and look at the statistics, the number of, appointments or appointees, is true, has reduced drastically. There's no doubt about that. Because if you check during the MPP era, the number of, those who were working within the president was more than 900. And they came, and now they have appointed those who are working with it. It's like around 808. So it tells us, yes, it's true. The number has reduced drastically. But the question is, what is the reason why? Or what was even the reason why the NDC government promised the people that when they come, they reduce the government size? It's because they promised the people of this country that when you vote for me and I come, when I reduce the government size, automatically it is going to affect our expenditure, therefore to reduce it. This will have a replica effect on our economy. But I asked myself, when I was doing just a simple comparative analysis, a cross-time analysis, I realized that even in 2017, when we appointed over 100 ministers in this country, do you know how much was spent by the government? The MPP government spent only 84 million Ghana cedis. Just with over 100, ministers. The NDC government has taken power. They took office in, 2025. When they came to 2025, do you know the amount that they've spent? They spent 100 million Ghana cedis. So you ask yourself, someone who appointed more than 100 ministers, that was 125 ministers or so, and then you came to power and you've appointed less than 60 ministers, less than half of your appointment, and you have you spent 100 million Ghana cedis. Then you ask yourself, this is a very scam and settings that was issued by the NDC government. But at times, you see, when the NDC government was in the position and they were campaigning, moving from village to villages, assuring, promising the good people of Ghana, we said it, that we know the NDC government. Even if you don't even know the government at all, we knew the president because he had served the country before. He had been a vice president in this country. He's been a president before. Therefore, you shouldn't fall into their trap. But Ghanaians didn't listen to us and they voted for them. Even make the issue worse, look at the current budget for 2026. The government is now spending 248 million Ghana cedis. So you ask yourself that if you are a government in opposition, and then you promise that when you win power, if Ghanaians give their power to you, when you come, you are coming to protect their coffers. You are coming to protect their tax paying. You see, people are struggling on the street. Go to the street. When I was coming, look at the street hawkers. A lot of people are selling pure waters. Others are selling even toffees to make a living. And then at the end of the day, you take taxes from these people, and then your chronics, you and your apparatchiks, you will sit under an air conditions, and then you spend this amount of money. It is sad in my heart that if you go to the northern part of this country, we have a lot of schools under trees, whereby we need small money to even construct maybe just 3 blocks for them. Just 3 units of blocks can serve the entire community. But people are living under trees, schooling under trees as we are speaking in this 21st century. And as a government, the money that we have given authority to basically manage, we have given you all the resources, the natural resources, our taxes. If Ghanaians knew that this is what, at the end of the day, the NDC government is going to use our tax paying money for, I don't think they would have voted for NDC.
Right.
Because the amount of money that they are spending, even granted, recently I watched, a certain news, voter region, some people just need borehole to even survive. They are not getting, and you are sitting in your air conditioning and spending all this kind of money. So basically, you can see that Ghanaians have regretted for voting for the NDC government, to the fact that all the promises that they promised the good people of Ghana were just basically a settings. And it was a scam, to the fact that what they told them in the position, and then they have not gotten power. They are using their power how they like it, but they don't care about the ordinary Ghanaians.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kennedy. Miss Debbie. So Miss Debbie will be joining me. So we have our NDC communicator join us. She will be aiding me, to bring out objective and also the fact, and also clarify as to what Kwache Fosu said pertaining this particular issue. Ms. Debbie, you're welcome to the show, and thank you so much for joining me. Right, I believe you've already spoken about it. I think Debbie's Grill too, we've had this before, not yet.
Similar, but not yet.
But not yet.
Yeah.
Right, so these are the issue, and I believe you've heard from Kwache Fosu and also Abu or Samuel Jinapo as well. Yes. What do you have for us?
Yes, so I think I will start from where he made mention that they are spending more, and then we have students learning under trees. I think this is something that has been in existence even before when the MPP was in power. We still had students that were learning under trees. So it's not as if
it's something new.
Yes, it's not something new. So talking about the numbers of appointees under the Mahama and NDC government, because I don't want to say anything out of context. So from 2017 to 2024 under the Akufo-Addo government, we had 110 ministers, deputies and regional ministers. We had 357 political appointees and at the presidency in 2023. So total staff at Jubilee House in 2026 report, post-election 2024. No, that is not past. So let's come here. They had the largest ministerial team in Ghana's history. And then when we come to the NDC from 2012 to 2016 till Mahama came into power in 2025 here. Ministers and deputy in 2016 we had 86 ministers. And ministers 2025 we had 60 ministers plus 30 presidential staffers. So far 336 under Akufo-Addo and 233 political appointees at presidency in 2025, 357 in 2023. So if you look at this whole thing, the figures and all that, it clearly shows that under the Akufo-Addo government, we had more
ministers and appointees
than the Mahama administration. Now, the more reason why I feel like with the Mahama administration, they have lesser appointees, but it looks as if they are spending more is because I think things are changing. You don't expect the same budget that was presented by the MPP when they were in power should be the same budget that should be presented by the NDC when they came into power. For me, I believe things are evolving. So if you came into power and your budget's like say 5 billion or maybe 5 million for a particular project, that doesn't mean that when the NDC also comes into power, they should also use that same budget. No. For me, I believe things are evolving. So if that happens, then there needs to be a change somewhere. But if you say that they are spending more and then we have people sitting under trees, Ghanaians are going. Sometimes I wonder where they get those info from. That Ghanaians are crying, Ghanaians are wailing because they feel like the NDC have deceived them. NDC have been in power for 15 months. And let's be sincere, we've been going out. We speak to people. If they are suffering, I think they should tell us. One time before the budget, I think the last budget that was read by the finance minister, the last time we went out, we spoke to the people. And I haven't experienced any of them telling us that the system was that bad, or because with the claims that the MPP are saying that things are not going so well, and then the promise they've promised, they are not abiding by it. They said they've appointed less ministers because they want to spend less, and they did that and they're spending more. If you're talking about a government that spent more, let's be sincere and not talk politics. MPP did. Because if you're ministers that were taking fuel every month, ministers that were getting incentives. But when you talk about the NDC administration, Mahama scrapped that off. You pay for the fuel you go in to buy. It's no longer free. You pay for it. Because he realized that it's a wastage of money. You can't be a I feel like if you are being appointed into power, you should serve the people. We don't appoint you. What we have here is we appoint the people and we serve them, which is not supposed to be so. We appoint you. You're supposed to serve us because we table before you what we want. These are the challenges going on in the country, and you need to fix it. But that is not what we see. We how would I even say it? We vote for you. You come into power, and then you enslaved us. So if we want to go to that lane, then I'm sorry because they failed. MPP failed woefully. They did. Because we have students learning under trees, and it is still in existence.
To date.
They are doing it. So for me, I feel like with this whole thing, I see it as one way a political gimmick.
Right. So from your submission, you mentioned that a government paid or spent 248 million Ghana cedis instead of 100 million Ghana cedis to pay their appointees, if I'm getting you right. Right. So this is from the interview, or let me say the report Kwachio Fosu brought out. The 248 million Ghana cedis compensation budget projected for 2026 at the Office of the President represents a 148% surge from the 100 million allocated in 2025. The Minister of State for Government Communications, Kwachi Ofosu, explained during media briefings and an appearance on Joy FM's PM, which was, I think, 2 days ago, expressed that a sharp increase is explicitly due to inherited debt and structural anomalies left behind the previous administration. The 156 million Ghana cedis in payback, Kwachi Ofosu stated that the total of budgets is dedicated strictly to clearing outstanding salary arrears and top-ups owed to former presidential staff who served under the Akufo-Addo administration between 2021 and 2024. He dismissed claims that the president increased the salaries of his own current political appointees, calling those assertions blatant false. And he pointed out that the current salary, as at now, they've not added any money to or increase any salary for any appointee or any minister because it hasn't been determined by any committee or emolument committee, which is supposed to be set up for them to, determine the salary of these people. So if you should deduct the 248 million Ghana cedis, if you should deduct 156 million Ghana cedis, which is said to have paid the arrears of Nanado's appointees, from the 248 million Ghana cedis we are seeing now, we are getting 92. So as it stands now, government paid 92 million Ghana cedis to its appointees, which is lesser than the 100 million that is supposed to pay. So this is the report from the minister for the spokesperson for the president.
So in all, what did he say? But before I come and make a comment on that. It's quite sad, and because of she is, a journalist, I'll be very, very soft on her.
You can be harsh.
Because when you are making a statement of this particular magnitude, you have to analyze things very well and make sure you come out with a very sound, conclusion. You don't just speak because you want to speak. Because if you do that, at the end of the day, your listeners must think that you have a very shallow or weak mind when it comes to analysis. I am very sad for her to say that you are here as being objective. Look at how the things is. But you are endorsing what is happening. Now, I made it
which of the statements she made?
I will say that. For her to say that he thinks that, first of all, we shouldn't expect that the previous budget that was used under this MPP government, we should repeat the same, budget. If you do that analogy, it's what we call whack argument. To the fact that, see, when the NDC was in opposition, they promised the people of Ghana that because of large or big government, that was the reason why we were spending a lot, and therefore it was affecting the coffers of this country. I hope you understand. So it tells you that the NDC government was telling us that let us give them the power so that when they will reduce the government. And that's the reason why, if you remember, the party was talking about lean government. Therefore, they will appoint 60 ministers, and they came. Granted, they have done that. So, if nothing at all, so far you have reduced the ministers, then we are anticipating that the budget that we were using, you shouldn't spend up to that tangent.
What should be the budgets that is supposed to pay the appointees?
That should go to the presidency. The money that they use, the government of it, the government itself, the government, the entire government. We were expecting that, your expenditure should come reduce. However, you are expending more than the previous government that you accuse of. And now you are sitting here justifying this particular as a young lady, and I expect that you should know this better by saying that no matter how it is, you shouldn't have spent up to even what the NPP government was spending. Even if you will spend more than that, it shouldn't be that outrageous. But like I said, she's a journalist, so I will not go hard on her.
But Mr. Kennedy, please wait. I'll give you all the time you need to speak.
No problem.
But I've just clarified to you as to why it has surged. So are you trying to say that
I'm coming.
The spokesperson is telling a lie? Because on
all this thing, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Wait. Let me finish with my statement first. Because during this interview, we saw one of your persons there, which was Mr. Jinapo, who was the former minister for... If I'm not mistaken, lands and natural resources. He was sitting there. These comments were made, and he never refuted any of them. So that should tell you that there's a source of fact in there.
Who told you that?
You don't
have to conclude on that.
But no, wait. So if you are saying that they spent or paid more than
yes,
can you prove that?
I am going to give you figures.
Right, can you prove that? Do you have any document to
that?
I can also look into
before maybe take your laptop right now. Take your laptop. Our laptop is here. Or maybe let your producer check right now. I am going to give you figures. The amount of budget that has been allocated to the presidency since 2016 up to today. If you go to Yes Major online right now, the statistics is there. But all that you read, what do you expect Ofosu Kwasi to come and say? Don't forget, he's a politician. And politicians, anytime they are speaking, all that they are thinking is to convince the listeners, to convince the ordinary Ghanaian out there. Now, in 2016, please let your listen check. I'm very serious about this, and I want you to confirm before I leave here. I don't want to leave here so that people will think that I'm just giving a raw figures. Now, in 2016, in this country, the amount of budget that went to the presidency was for 42 million Ghana cedis. In 2018, was 84. That was when I told you that, yes, when we came to power, we appointed, a lot of ministers, and then everything, and then they were complaining. We spent 84. Now, 2019, we spent 73 million. 2020, we spent 79 million. 2021 was 82 million Ghana cedis. 2022 was 89 million. 2023 was 125 million. 2024, when we were living in government, the amount was 153 million. That was the highest. Now, they came to power in 2025. Do you know how much they spent? 100 million with that less government appointment. And then 2026 is 248 million Ghana cedis. And then you call this thing that it's okay? What are you telling me about this particular thing? This is not how or why we voted for the NDC government. Whenever there is an issue, this is the source. You can take it and go, this is my joy. This is a cross-tab analysis that was given to you.
Before you proceed,
you can see that
before you proceed,
the government has come Ghanaians.
Mr. Kennedy, before you proceed with my joy, I listened to them very well. Like, I followed them very well. And you heard from the analyst that this was based on assumption, but it's not fact.
Assumption for one. These are facts.
These
are amount that was spent.
These are facts. Kwachi Ofosu to come on that show that evening for him to clarify.
Clarify what? Clarify what?
So what
these are figures that, so I try to tell me that we, the MPP, we didn't spend that 153 million Ghana cedis.
So why
is that what they're telling me?
No. So why? So up till now, we've not heard anything from the minority saying that. Apart from you, you are the first person I'm hearing from you that you are refuting. But your person was on the show and didn't refuse that. Why didn't he
refuse what?
Why didn't he refute the comments he made? Because he made it clear that he received that money. He received the backlog that the arrest they paid. He has received
backlog
it.
From where? There's no any backlog.
From your administration.
There wasn't any backlog. This was just to defend himself. But let me tell you something.
Are you sure there were no backlogs?
Let me tell you something.
Do you have any evidence to that?
Let me explain. If you're a government, at the end of the day, there is a budget that you're going to spend for your government, right? I hope you're aware of that. And during that budget is what that amount is what you're going to use to pay them. Now we have travel allowances and other allowances that comes. Tell me, without even any evidence, if indeed under MPP government there were some arrests, why didn't we see any demonstration from the government that come out to say that, oh, the government is owing us, so come and pay us?
But have you seen that in the history of Ghana?
So it tells you that it's a lie. To me,
how is it a lie?
So you don't have any? Do you have any evidence
that what?
That it was an arrest that the MPP government was owing some government appointees?
This was from the spokesperson.
So you see yourself. So you just said it, and I'm also telling you that.
So where are you also getting your source from?
Perfect. So why are you believing what Ofosu Kwati told you, but you don't want to take mine? Is it because he's in government?
No, I want to see your facts. Maybe if I see your
facts. So
facts,
that's why I've given you figures. The figures are there. I've given you facts.
But I just mentioned to you that what they said they have there is based on assumptions.
Assumptions from where? It is not assumptions.
That was what the analyst said that day with MFA on the show.
Did you read? Did you read it?
I did. I read that thing a lot.
Have you seen the data?
I have seen the
data.
Have you
seen the figures?
As a matter of fact,
and I'm asking you.
I have some here.
Okay, good. Open it and let's see. And cross-check. In 2016, how much was spent by the government?
In 2016,
how much was spent? Just give me how much the government spent by then. If you are able to prove it wrong that data or that information is false, then at the end of the day, we will say that all the information that I have given you is false. So, you see, let's get this clear. The NDC government promised the people of Ghana that you guys should vote for me so that when I come, automatically I'm going to downsize the government. And that was a perfect idea. And the reason is not about the numbers, but the reason is about how we can reduce government expenditure. But I am telling you point blank, and you are aware, you have read it, you've seen it, that as we are speaking, the government is spending more than what he promised the good people of Ghana. Even expending more at when we, the MPP, we appointed a lot of, government appointees. But now, you are here saying that those informations are false. Madam, they are not false. They are true. If these informations are false, then probably even Joy News wouldn't have even published it at the first place. But they published it for us to know a cross-time analysis since 2016 up to this. That's a 10-year period of data. So, big madam, please, let's take that one as how it is.
Ms. David.
Yes, so I think first off, I wouldn't sit here and then allow someone tarnish my image, okay? I will not sit here. I don't just speak. I speak with fact. And I like the fact that you mentioned that politicians are very cunning. They say things because they want you to trust them. That is basically what you are doing right now. You are saying things because...
I'm not saying...
Please,
I'm saying...
when you're talking, I didn't interject.
Please allow him.
When you were talking, I didn't interject. So allow me land, please. So when I'm done and you have something to say, with all due respect, please, I beg you. So, yes, you said something here that politicians are very cunning. Mm-hmm. And so they will say whatever they want to say because they want to win the attention of the people. And trust me, that is exactly what you are doing. And that is what all politicians does. You don't speak to the truth, okay? In as much as I'm a journalist, doesn't make me, doesn't make me a fool.
But I didn't use that word on you.
I'm speaking.
See,
please let me land.
Let me tell something.
Let me finish.
Let me finish.
No, when you were speaking, I didn't interject. When you were speaking, I'm saying something. No, please. I beg you, let me land. Yes. So, first off, we speak based on what we see and how we communicate to people with how people reply to us. So, if I sit here and I say something, it doesn't mean that I just sit and then whatever comes in my mind, I just pop it out and say it. I was in Ghana. Wasn't I in Ghana when your government came into power? I was here. I didn't travel. We saw what happened. We've experienced Mohammed's first term and we experienced your government. So what are you telling me? First, let me come back to what we are discussing. Felix Kwachi said with the increased payments or the increased budget happened because the debt that was incurred, the debt that was left by this previous administration had to be covered by the MDC government. When you people were leaving power, you were not even bold enough to tell us, this is the money you used. This is what you have in the coffers. You were not bold to tell us. Even when your president was reading the last State of the Nation address, he was being questioned. Was he able to answer it? No, was he able to answer it and tell us that this is what you did? This is the total amount of money you used. This is how far you've got it to, and this is what was left. You told us that there was no debt in the energy sector. Why then do we have debt be incurred there? No, what happened? What happened to it? Are you trying to say that when your government came in, you didn't incur any debt? Is that what you are saying? No, is that what you are saying? Now, so let's come back to all the analysis he's giving. I don't know where he got his from, but let me say this from 2017, okay, of the MPP, their expenditure, 2017 was 50.4 billion. In 2018, it was 65.8 billion. In 2019, it was 79.3 billion. In 2020, it was 102.4 billion. In 2021, it was 107.9 billion. In 2022, it was 135.2 billion Ghana cedis. In 2023, it was 115.6. In 2024, it was 167.3 billion. Let's come to the NDC from 2012. 2012 was 25. So in 2012, when the NDC came in power, their first expenditure was 25. Okay, the money they spent was 25.4 billion. Now let's compare 2012 to 2017 when the MPP started. 50.4 billion. What are you telling me? Then in 2013, 30.1 billion. In 2014, 34.9.
Let me tell you something.
Please, in 2015, 39.8.
No.
Please let me add. In 2016, 51. In 2016, 51 billion. So if you're comparing this, so let's come to 2025.
Where's the source? Let him give me a source.
Let's come to 2025.
Why are you getting yourself?
I'm even surprised. Where is it? You see, you can't just. Okay,
in 2025, we have 100 million of compensation at the presidency. In 2026, currently, right now, so we have 248 million at the presidency projected. Then in the first quarter, we have 66 spent. Okay, so please, you don't sit here and you see.
Where did you get it? You provide the source.
You see, one thing
provide the source.
I got it from Ghana Web.
See you are okay. You finish. Let me see.
I got it from Ghana Web.
There's nothing of that sort in Ghana Web. Okay.
So I got it from there.
Don't worry.
Yes.
You go on.
So one thing I want to say is that listen, politicians, you can't deceive anyone. Okay. You see, one thing I love about these politicians is that they love to play with the emotions of people. They are emotionally inclined. So what they do is, when they come on board, they like to play with your emotion and then twist the whole thing. You see, and that is why we find ourselves where we are. Now, what I am saying is that let's be true to the fact and speak to it. If you are claiming and you are saying that, well, this current administration promised that they are not going to spend much, and they are spending much, and the spokesperson is telling you that it's because of the debt you incur, so they will need to pay that. Or didn't we see it? Didn't we see them paying the debt that was incurred by your government? You did it. So what are you telling me? So please, when you sit here, you don't sit here because you want to deceive the people. And sometimes even the people you think you are deceiving, trust me, they are. I mean, is it MFA? It is back in the days where
not MFA.
It is back in the days where you tell people something and then they just keep to themselves and they don't want to. I mean, like, it's as if the citizen doesn't know what is going on. But as it stands now, even the citizens knows what is going on. So you can come here and then, I mean, shout whatever you want to say.
Right.
But then at the end of the day, the truth will prevail.
Before you come in, the 2024 staffing reports, which should have been submitted by March 2025 following the change in administration, has not been made public. It remains unclear whether the report was submitted by President Mahama in 2025, and if So, how many staffers serve at the presidency during former President Akufo-Addo's final year in office? The absence of the 2024 report also means there is no publicly available benchmark for assessing how staffing levels change during the transition between the two administrations.
Yeah.
This I am reading from Joy, from the same source you said you read from.
No problem. But you see, let me say this. I wish, Mrs. basically an NDC communicator.
That is
so
your
that
perception.
I would have dealt with her, accurately.
No, we will deal
And
with
I'll
deal with
push,
each
and then
other.
I would
That
have
is it.
positioned her
No,
to. But
no,
because of she's a
no,
journalist,
no,
anytime
wait.
I come to speak,
No, wait,
it's
it's
more
it's
of
not- it's-
I don't want
Miss
to
David.
respond.
No, wait. No, then
wait.
why am I here? No, I
No,
want to know.
no. The issue is, to be frank, when I was even coming,
please calm down.
No, I'm asking you. So then why
no.
should I go back?
Please calm down.
No.
What I'm saying is
So
that
I wouldn't sit here and you say something that is wrong. It wouldn't happen.
let me tell you something. Like I'm saying, I wish she's an NDC communicator, so that I'll put her
She's
at
not
the
a-
right
she-
place.
she's not an
but
NDC
she's
communicator.
not. So anytime I'm trying to speak, I'm trying to be very, soft on her, and I said that earlier on. But in any way, let me tell you something. In this country, there hasn't been a budget to the presidency that the government has spent up to even 1 billion Ghana cedis. And you are reading sources from where? I don't know where she got that sources from.
She said she got this from
From
Joy.
where? She's lying.
From
I've
Ghana
gone to Ghana where I've never seen anything of that sort.
Mr.
And I'm telling you
Mr.
that
Kennedy,
I'm
please,
telling
please
you.
wait. Listen to me.
If you like,
No,
take it
wait,
and read.
no,
take
wait.
it and read
Listen
from
to
her.
me. You said you were reading from Joy. I never told you you were lying. She said she's reading from Ghana Web, and then you are telling her she's lying.
I said I've gone there. It's not there, but this one I'm giving you. This is the statistics that is there.
No,
you
please.
as well, you can go.
Please,
go to you.
I wouldn't.
This is it.
No.
Let me show it to the camera so that
No.
they will see
Wait,
it.
listen to
so,
me.
That is what I'm telling
Mr.
you is that.
Mr. Kennedy, please
Yes.
wait. Listen to me.
Uh-huh.
You said you are reading from Joy News or where
Yeah,
you mentioned.
my Joy Online.
I never said you were lying.
Uh-huh.
She said she's reading from Ghana Web. That is where
And I'm telling you.
she got a and these are two credible media houses.
Let me tell you something.
That
What I'm telling you is that
report on
there
facts.
hasn't
and
been.
I don't think that I have called you a liar. So
Wait,
I don't
no,
think.
no,
Wait, please.
If someone is lying, let us.
No,
listen,
but I
when
didn't
you are
say you
a
were
media-
lying.
No,
But I didn't tell you were
I'm not
lying
saying
when
you
you
are
read
lying.
from
You didn't
there.
say me that, but I'm
so
saying
why
is
would
that-
you tell her she's lying
I'm
when
saying
she's
that
reading
she's
from her
lying.
source?
It's factually incorrect to the fact that, you see, in this country, there hasn't been a single year that the presidency has spent up to 1 billion Ghana cedis in this
That
country.
is because it's your government.
So that is where.
No. That is
I
because
said there hasn't been.
No, please.
You see,
Let me listen to you.
Please.
Please.
No, that is because
I don't know.
No, see, what you are doing is not something that is being
Misery.
surprised to me
Please, I
because
beg.
that is their nature.
Please, I beg.
You get it?
Let me listen to. Let me listen.
What is that? You see, I wasn't expecting to meet
You
her.
can go ahead.
I hope you understand. Because when I was coming, I think I was coming to meet, a male communicator from the NDC.
Yeah,
Yes.
unfortunately, he
If he
hasn't.
didn't come.
He hasn't been able to meet. So normally that is how we
Perfect.
do it here.
So
if
you
one
shouldn't
person
take
is
it
not
as if
here,
that you are NDC communicator.
No,
you
listen,
came
listen,
Mr.
no,
Kennedy,
I want to.
the
I want to
issue-
understand-
the issue-
No,
the-
wait.
no,
I want to
wait.
understand the
She's
reason why.
too emotional. She's
No,
out of
no,
emotions, so. She's
no,
too
wait.
emotional.
No, do you know what I want to say?
And-
What I want to say is that this is very common with the NPP.
Ah.
Anyone that is speaking the truth
What is
automatically
the
belongs
truth?
to the NDC.
You are
That is it.
you are lying,
no,
and now I'm trying to expose you.
Mr.
I am trying to
Mr.
expose
Kennedy.
you.
I am
Mr.
not
Kennedy.
exposing you because
What have you said? You haven't said
I am
anything.
not exposing because you people are liars, and
Ah.
that is the truth. You don't speak to the
So
truth.
if you want us to go on that route, she can't sit here. You know me. If she wants me to go on that route, you know me.
Mr. Donko. No, listen to me.
You will sit here and lie. It's
I
not
am very
happening,
soft when it
please.
comes to women,
Mr. Donko.
and I respect women because
This
if
is
at all,
this is not about
when they do
woman.
the
This is
push,
about
push,
speaking
push,
to the
push,
truth.
my mom did that
This is
for.
speaking to the truth,
So
please.
let me tell you something. All that I wanted to say is that all the figures that she was mentioning is factually inaccurate to the fact that in this country, since this Fourth Republic, over 30 years now, there hasn't been a budget to the presidency that the president has spent more than $1 billion Ghana cedis. So where is he getting the figures from? You shouldn't just take and go to ChatGPT and be googling something, come and spoil, or just come and put dark into the minds of people.
You see that? No. Were you on my phone when I was doing my research? No, you were not.
You see.
I
give you. I asked to show you. Did you show it to me? I told you that I
got it from where I
got it from. Let me see.
I'm not giving you my phone. So search it on
so you see, Ghanaians, you can see. I am showing you this.
See anything.
Bring yours and let's see. You can't bring it.
All right. So
this is what we say. Let me.
You will sit here and lie.
Please calm down. Please calm down.
And it's not happen again.
Miss Debbie, let me listen.
You see,
8 years. Why?
Keep quiet and let me talk.
I'm not keeping quiet.
Miss Debbie, please.
Why? You have to keep quiet so that I'll talk. She said you're not keeping quiet.
You don't tell me to keep quiet.
Are we here to just?
Please, we don't have the luxury of time.
Really?
Please, can you make a final submission on this?
No, I have to be frank. I have to clear the air before I leave here. I am here on behalf of my party. I hope you understand. Therefore, if she says something that it is inaccurate, I have to clear the air before I leave here.
All right, clear the air.
Now, when she was speaking, she was giving figures that I'm saying that the figure has no source. To the fact that I try to even do a follow-up, but I'm not seeing those figures. But the reason why I am even saying that what she said is false is that in this country, looking at the Fourth Republic of this country, there hasn't been a year that a presidency will allocate even 1 billion to the presidency. Because if you do that, Ghanaians will not even allow you. So we don't have that such record. Even the highest ever we have ever witnessed is this year, which is 248 million Ghana cedis, not billion. So you are lying. Second, she was saying that MPP was in power for 8 years and you saw what? Maybe you are too young to know what happened in this country. That's why you are here ranting, thinking as if maybe you know things. You go online, use ChatGPT, chat and go and give wrong figures here. Not under my watch, or not when I'm here. When I leave, you can say whatever you want to say here. If you are NDC, come clear that you are NDC so that I'll deal with you as an NDC. Keep quiet. If you are not, then keep quiet.
Due respect, I'm not keeping quiet.
Let me land. Now let me land.
You don't sit here and tell me that.
You are here saying that.
Am I a kid when Akufo-Addo came into power?
Oh, keep quiet.
Am I a kid when MPP came into power? You don't tell me to keep quiet, please.
But I'm on the floor.
So why would you tell me? Wait, no, why? Why will you?
Mr. Kennedy,
please, I'm not. Why would you tell me? That's why. Am I a kid?
Debbie, I'm
coming.
When
prices of goods was skyrocketed, where were you?
Mr.
You were not
Kennedy.
able to even tell your government that what you were doing was wrong. And now you get the guts to speak this.
So you don't
tell me that.
So she's not allowing me to talk.
I won't allow you to talk because what you are saying is false. And I won't allow that. No, why would you tell me that I'm a kid? Like what?
Did I say?
No, wait. A child that was born today. A child that was even born yesterday knows perfectly well that when PPP came into power, 8 West years, what did we see?
Debbie.
So you don't sit here and tell me that. No, listen, if this will happen, don't call me here.
Listen to me.
I'm telling you the truth.
No, listen.
No, wait. I wouldn't sit here and allow you to tell me that.
No,
I wouldn't sit here. No, I wouldn't sit here and allow you to tell me that.
She's not a communicator.
No, please. I wouldn't sit here and allow you to tell me that.
So far, she's not a communicator. That's why I said that I have to be
so. I wouldn't sit here and tell you to tell me this. What is that?
You see, that is the reason why.
What is that?
Please listen. No, listen.
So when prices were skyrocketed, was it a PR assumption something that we were saying?
Listen.
What is this?
So you don't tell me.
Is that why you invited me today?
Mr. Kennedy,
you don't tell me that, please.
No, Mr.
And the next time you invite me
Mr.
and I don't come, would you blame me?
Mr. Kennedy, listen to me. You can make your submission.
And I was making my submission.
But
yes, but
I will not like
it. That,
or it's unacceptable that you go ahead to attack personalities.
Did I attack her?
But that is exactly what you
said.
That is not done anyway.
What did I say?
And I don't think that if it's
I'm giving
done,
her
no,
to explain what I said to
I
her.
think that if it's done to you, you
no,
wouldn't
I'm just saying, just explain to
so
me
please,
what I said.
Kindly make your submission. Then we proceed.
I'm asking you.
No,
you have to clear the air. What did I say?
Can you make a submission?
No. I will never accept that one. What did I say?
So yeah,
did that tarnish her image?
No, so why?
So you see,
yes, exactly. That is what you're saying. So
but she said the same thing. He said
why would you say?
How would you say that? If you do that, she said that MPP are liars. No, listen. If we are liars, then that's why she didn't say anything.
No, but she didn't mention anybody.
I'm not an MPP.
Listen.
I'm not an MPP.
Listen, this is what
so
he said. He wants me to say what I said, so I want to say it.
But let me.
I want to say it.
I will still clear the air before I leave.
You are all the same people.
So you see me, I don't kill.
That's
how we say that. You see, you are this thing, so
exactly, that is who I am.
She doesn't like the way you call her.
No, listen,
I said she's not.
But you don't tell me.
I said
I understand what you're saying.
You are not NDC communicator.
Yeah, so you don't tell me that. You automatically know what it means.
That's what I'm saying.
That you wanted to say that. No, wait.
So
you wanted to say that.
You see that
did this.
she's not interpreting my words.
Exactly. That is exactly what you meant.
This is still the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Do all to join us. Send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the show. Yes, it's getting very heated right here in the studios, and I would like to. Please, I would like to urge my guests to calm down, make their submission in a constructive manner. Then we can have a very insightful and a very educative show right here on the morning show. Mr. Kennedy.
Yes. Perfect. So, you see, when she's talking, I will just be quiet, listening. But anytime I'm talking, then, madam, just take what I was trying to say is that all the figures that she has given us, trying to come in, clear the air, it's like they are all factually inaccurate to the fact that there hasn't been a budget since this Fourth Republic.
You've made that already.
I've made that already.
Yeah, so perfect. Proceed.
Second, where I've gotten to is what you were saying, that we were in this country for the past 8 years, and when she was even speaking, she said that Ghanaians are okay with what is happening because our government was very worse. That is where I was.
Miss Debbie.
So was I lying?
Debbie.
It is the truth. I wasn't
lying.
I was
no, don't do that. No. You allow her to speak.
You see, that's what I'm saying.
No, Debbie.
You see,
Debbie. We don't have. Debbie, allow him to speak. We don't have time. Just allow him to speak. Okay, just allow him to speak. It's left for the audience to.
So you see that the audience now know the kind of person that
so
is
you are left for the audience.
You see, you are journalist.
If they will accept,
you are journalist. Therefore, though I wasn't expecting that she should have even come here at the first place. I hope you understand. I thought she was just coming here to provide some facts and leave.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
But you haven't provided any facts. All that this one is a lie. It's a false. You see, when I say ChatGPT, this is not ChatGPT. That's what chatting. So what I'm saying is that. So this what I'm saying is that. That is what I'm saying.
Debbie,
what is this?
That is who you are.
Debbie.
Bunch of liars.
You see, so clearly you have shown your political colours today. You are NDC. I know. And if you want to put in that shoe, if you want to put you in that shoe,
Debbie.
Then what is that? You see, you can't control the show.
Allow him to.
What is that?
Allow if he's allow.
What is that?
No, the audience. No, the audience.
You see, this kind of words that you see, I can be hard on you and you cannot sit here. Me, even men, when I meet them,
no, let's go.
Let's go. It's better you keep quiet, shut up, and listen.
I'm not sure.
Please.
If your producer should come and move her out because she's so young to the extent that she doesn't know what's happening.
Debbie.
You are a small girl.
Please.
You are very kid.
Debbie.
Your age. And you don't know what happened in this country. Therefore, you don't know how Ghana, what we went through and what we are going to where we are today.
Mr. Kennedy.
So please, better you shut up and listen. Please. You see, I've been so lenient on her. I've been so lenient on her. Because if you...
Should we close?
No.
Let
me tell you something. If you close this show,
should we close?
It will never happen. Because she will never come and spew lies.
Should we close?
For me to come and defend and for you to close it.
Debbie.
No.
Mr. Kennedy.
Don't make... I'm telling you that if you close this show, if you don't take care, I will make sure that no MP will come here again. I'm telling the fact. If you like, let's close this show. I will make sure no MP communicator will come here.
So calm down and let me listen to
No, why should I calm down? You look at what she is doing. This small girl come and sit here and speak anyhow to me. You see, when she was speaking at first, I was so quiet. But now I think she wants us to go to that route. It's better you keep quiet and learn. You young girl like 25 years, you come and sit here and be saying things that you never witnessed in this country.
All right, let's proceed.
No,
Hey,
it's better keep quiet. Hey,
you let
madam,
me listen.
I said, shut up. What is that?
Let me listen to him.
Keep quiet and let me flow. What is that? It's better keep quiet. So what I'm trying to say is that when we come to this country, in this Fourth Republic, we have witnessed the NDC government, how they mismanage this economy. Now, you are trying to refer to the fact that during the time of MPP, we witnessed worse in this country. Now, if you don't know, when MPP was living in government in 2008, you mentioned dollars and other economical figures and other things. The dollar to Ghana cedis was just 1 cedis 20 pesos. When the NDC left office in 2016, where was the dollar? Today you are maybe by 2009, you were a kid, so you didn't see all these things. Now you came to power. When you were living, you see, when Doomsor was at its peak, where were you? When one night you sleep, you wake up, and then the NDC government has sacked companies. Has sacked more than 1,000 employees, and you are sitting here saying what? It's better keep quiet. Now, if you say that the NDC government is performing, let me tell you, the promise that the government gave to the people of this country. Now, look at the Galamsey issue. When they came, has Galamsey issue been solved? You are sitting here that people are happy. Now, when NDC came to power, since 2005 today, tell me a single thing that you have benefited. One, are you talking about transportation first? Are you talking about bills? When the bills that you were paying under the MPP government, how much has reduced today? Even the fuel that we were buying, how much has reduced today? And then you are sitting here saying that MPP government was worse. Madam, you see, like, I wanted to treat you like just a medium person, someone who is between the MPP and NDC. But you have really showed that you are NDC. And next time, and let me even send this caution. If you are inviting me here and then the NDC competitor will not be here, don't bring anyone to come and sit here. Because when I'm trying to deal with the person softly, is that the person want to take advantage on that. So please, Ghanaians have tested the NDC. They have tested the MPP. You are sitting here saying that Ghanaians are happy. Me, recently, I went to do research on the field.
It should be
and Ghanaians are saying that they are basically, regretted for voting for the NDC. Do you know why? One, the price of cocoa bag. Do you know how much people were buying price of cocoa under MPP government? It was 3,100. Today, how much is it? Even maize, 1 bag. Do you know how much was it?
Right.
It was 1,200.
Thank you so
now,
much.
Now 400 Ghana cedis, and you are sitting here saying that everything is okay under NDC government. Please, next time, don't come and lie here. You gave wrong figures, which is not verifiable, and I gave you accurate figures that you can verify. So thank you very much for the time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kennedy. We'll speak briefly on the
if you bring last words, I'll rebuttal. After that one day.
To the next topic.
No. Let me tell you this. If you have a next topic, I'm not debating her. She's not an NDC communicator.
And so you can make your submission. She will make her submission. No, but you can't tell her to leave.
So you are not trying to tell me that.
No, but you don't tell anybody